What's up, gamers? It's your boy, Steak and Tates, Seth, coming at you hard with episode 10 of Non-Standard Action. The Brass.
Coming at ya.
Coming at you like Cleopatra.
Was Cleopatra famous for coming at things?
Yeah, she came at Alexander. You better believe it.
Oh, we just got that explicit rating.
Damn it! On episode
right.
10 of all things.
Horny show.
Horny
Gosh.
show. On this horny show, where Egyptian queens hook up with Grecian conquerors. Was he Greek or Roman?
Technically Macedonian, I think.
That's true.
But it's
With us on this journey is the half-orc soldier who will not fight before his Folgers. It's true. It's Gur. She is pale and she is small, but with her friend, she knows it all. It is Mouse and Serendipity.
Good morning.
Good morning.
He is big, he is a lizard, and he is also part Entropic Wizard. It is Ninden.
Hello.
We have the Riforian Mystic, who's got the quick fix, Kalen.
Morning.
And Harold is here. Hi, Harold.
Oh, hello, Seth.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Ready to kick ass and take some names?
Why would
Oh,
we
yeah,
see,
we
I
will.
thought-
take the name?
The fight.
I thought you were going to say, like, kick brass or something.
Oh, see, I'm not that clever.
Oh, missed opportunity.
I would like to say that we are ready to kick brass and take some names.
Oh.
Totally
wow.
original concept. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Right?
Wow, you're so clever.
Thanks. I know.
You
I
get
am the
points.
resident pun
You
master.
get a free
after all.
critical hit.
Woo!
That's
Who said stealing
not
ideas
true.
was a bad
I'm not. Yeah, no. You get a free 1 is what you get. Natural 1.
Oh no.
On an enemy?
No, please. I am very excited that we're in double digits now. This is episode 10.
Yeah, 10. We've been doing this for not including the days that we've taken off, 2.5 months now. I feel like we've been fairly successful.
I think so.
I'm enjoying it.
See, we have Clue here. We have Skippy. We have Crow. What's up, Crow? Butt Stubble, as always. Friend and fan of Cosmic Crit and all things crit related.
We have my friend, one of my friends from a local D&D group I mentioned last night, and he was like, "Oh, what time do you all stream?" "Oh, I'll be
nice.
there." So, hi, Steve.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much. We'll only make fun of Tom a little bit. We'll make fun of him a lot, actually.
It's all right. It's kind of what my character's built for.
No. You, not your character. You specifically. No, anyway.
Oh.
Let's see. Where did we leave off? So, the group had just infiltrated the EOS Athletics Club and had just been addressed by a name that has been haunting them since they showed up at the archipelago. Maybe not immediately, but they came to learn that she was responsible for a lot of the troubles that they've been encountering. A Meiji Jalusan. They haven't met her, but she just did a really mean thing and killed a bunch of her crew, her henchmen, right in front of their eyes via an
That's
allegiance
right.
color.
Well, she sort of disintegrated their already dead bodies for the most part. We did go to great
We
lengths.
stabilized
They
a
were
lot
sleeping.
of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say 3 of the 5 of them were still alive.
Okay. Yeah. No, she's a
Yeah.
royal bad person.
She's
Flat
a
out triggered
bad-
the collars and killed them. She is a pronking fleam head.
Yeah.
She's a
use that
mean-
on brand language.
meanie.
Yeah, not nice person.
Yes.
All right. Well,
We're
with
gonna go
that-
find her.
Yeah, you'll do it.
If the name of the episode is anything to judge by, we're gonna find her today.
Well, it depends on how quickly we get through this combat slog. the episode is called The Brass because you're not just going to be fighting her, you're going to be fighting all of the people that
You got a
she
knuckle
puts
cracking
in front
noise?
of her. Huh? Let me.
Give us a good knuckle cracking noise. There we go.
Nice.
We got
There you
this.
go.
That wasn't even Siren Escape.
No, that was me. That was all that was 100% au natural, baby.
I don't know if you guys heard, but I tried to contribute as well.
I got that sweet condenser microphone. So that said, are you guys ready to start the episode?
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I'm actually not going to be using my own intro today. I felt that this one is very appropriate. I can only assume this was written by Crystal Frazier, the main author of this book. So credit where credit is due. An old Ifriti saying goes, "No fire burns as hot as the one that starts within." Most assume this saying is to be innocent. Most assume this saying to be innocent encouragement meant to kindle passion and focus. Those more familiar with Ifriti culture recognize this dour philosophy for what it truly means. No betrayal stings like that from within the family, and no hatred rages like that of a spurned community member. Commander Meiji Jalusan lives by these words. An Ifrit raised by the city of Brass, Jalusan suffered a childhood of neglect and abuse at the hands of her Ifriti relatives. In time, she turned their scheming against them and orchestrated a military disaster that allowed her to gain control of the family's military legion, the Brass Dragons. While her family included many strong warriors, Jalusan was more practical and insightful. Why should she waste ammunition when her targets assuredly already had enemies eager to do the work for her? She transformed the Brass Dragons, formerly a middling combat operation, into a cunning infiltration network and propaganda engine, with the knowledge and equipment to turn disagreements into armed conflicts. Jalusan didn't expect outside agents to stymie her effort to foment civil conflict. Despite the collective's lack of success, political damage has been done in the Lashunta Enclave and the wider archipelago. Jalusan's goal, to plunge the Solar City into chaos through internal dissent, is off to a decent start. Further, she knows the PCs who thwarted her now ally themselves with the Deep Cultures Institute, whose solar surveys, scouting reports, and speculation contain intelligence Jalusan had already planned to acquire. More troubling to Jalusan is that the DCI is poised to obtain knowledge and technology that could allow the Pact Worlds to discover the true aims of General Kaim's conquest. When we return to our heroes, they are standing in the kitchen around the disintegrated remains of Brass Dragons and Suli mercenaries that had just been killed by, they assume, Jalusan, who addressed them via the PA system in the building. They stand outside of an elevator that they know the code from. It was given to them by Mama, a Ikeshti gang leader whose the entirety of her gang is her own children. For sparing her life and sparing the rest of her children, she gave them this code because she has dealings with the Brass Dragons. And so they should be allowed to pass down into the what they assume to be the base of operations below the club. What would you guys like to do?
Okay. I see 3 doors leading out of this room, or 3 sets of doors.
Yeah, we have.
Before we leave the room, Gur wants to look around and see if there's any grenades in the ash piles.
Okay, well, I did supply the loot from last week.
Was
So it's
that
all in the
included in last
spreadsheet.
week? Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
think
what
he
he's
told
doing. Just statement then.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, like, are these 3 sets of doors, or are they just 2? Like, I'm not sure whether this is a door and whether this is a door.
Gotcha. So this is a door in the northeastern corner. There are 2 sets of doors. There's this one leading north, which is regular doors. This one to the east here is the elevator, and over here is a door, which you assume leads to the rest of the club. So
Yeah,
this
3
one
sets.
directly to the east of most of the group here is the one that has the code that is required to be entered to access the elevator.
I guess Harald will turn to the group and say, well, I see no reason to explore the rest of up here. We might be forced to fight that ghost, or Mephit, or whatever, and we have the code to the elevator.
I don't know, Captain. I would rather make sure that we clear this floor so we don't have people coming at us from down the elevator, as well as from up ahead.
You're the mercenary.
He's got a point, Captain.
Well, alright.
As neat and tidy as that would be, I don't want to get ambushed. Or rather, surrounded.
Alright.
So-
Why don't you open up one of the... Oh, sorry. I'll let the DM talk.
Oh no, I was just so is the plan to keep exploring up here then?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Could we have taken a 10-minute rest first to regain stamina if we needed?
It looks like everybody has all of their stamina for some reason.
I don't.
Lies.
Oh, never mind. Haha. Yeah, I mean you can take the time if you want.
Okay.
Do it.
The PA system has gone completely silent. Looks like Meiji is not interested in continuing to speak to you.
Thank goodness.
That's fine. We didn't want to speak to her anyway.
Yeah.
Ninden,
Yeah.
Flamehead.
Ninden wanders over to this door. And by wanders, I mean strides purposefully.
Yes,
The northern door here in the corner.
Yes, the northern door.
and Gur joins him somewhat absent-mindedly. Maybe not absent-mindedly, just kind of he's spacing out pretty hard.
All right. Allow me to open the notes from the previous episode because the human soft brain Seth did not figure that you would continue to explore up here and did not have them ready.
Oh,
like a dum dum.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I'm actually excited about it because there's some cool stuff on the first level here. But
Oh, good.
yeah, that is
Cool stuff.
yeah, that's cool stuff.
That's some cool stuff.
Let's see, is this door? Okay. This door is actually locked, but it's locked from this side, so you're able to open it pretty easily.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Even
Because
even
we
my
came
dumb
in the
brain.
back way.
Yeah, you came in the back way. That's true. Okay. So as you enter this room, from the scattered, destroyed tables and chairs, as well as what appear to be remnants of eating surfaces and utensils, you can tell this area functioned somewhere between a cafeteria and a lounge area at some point in time. The most serviceable of the ruined tables stands in the center of the room with a few chairs around it, currently unoccupied. The southern wall that you just came from is heavily charred, bearing a horrific image of humanoid silhouettes and defensive postures against the surface of the wall, with a slightly lesser degree of charrification.
Oh.
Can Mouse do an engineering check to see if perhaps the wall, the glass wall that looks out to the sun,
Mhm.
has some structural integrity problems, perhaps?
It doesn't. I mean, you can make a check if you like, but I can tell you right now that there's nothing wrong with the wall. These are remnants of the incident that destroyed this club long ago. Kind of like when to a horrific real life parallel to this would be the atom bombs of Japan, which famously imprinted shadows of the people that it killed into this concrete. Similar
Oh.
situation.
All right.
Not good
Um,
times.
Ninden is
So what's
just doing
going on
a once over of the room.
Harald will shout in from the doorway, "Well, remember not to go too far. We don't want to make that steam mephit fight us."
Well,
He was around the corner.
I also don't know. I mean, would we get the sense that this is connected to that room, Seth?
So just based on, let's see,
It looks
Ah,
connected from what you see.
give me survival,
Oh,
just because that's generally how you measure this kind of thing.
oh, that's a 23 for a survival check.
Yeah, just based on your spatial awareness, you've walked around the building, you came in from the other side. You have a good physical memory based on how much space you've traversed. Yeah, you believe that these 3 rooms, because currently Ninden is on the northern side of this lounge and can see through an archway to another archway, and to the east you can recognize some of the gym equipment that was in the room where the method showed up.
Okay. Then,
This whole thing is connected.
I just won't approach. I won't go through that archway, and hopefully it'll all work out.
Sounds good.
Step through this
Mouse is gonna sort of poke around and see if she notices anything useful that hasn't been, vaporized.
hmm No, not really. It looks like anything that could have been useful here has been taken long ago. It's the incident happened some time ago, and it's known that squatters have been here.
Gotcha. Okay,
and
so I won't
apparently
be
when the-
searching in other rooms.
I will let you know if there's something to find.
Okay.
Generally speaking, or I'll tell you to make a perception check.
Gotcha.
Ever famous perception check means that there's something to find or someone sneaking up on you.
Or someone trying to kill you, yes.
Yes. Also, sorry for talking over you.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine.
Um,
But yeah, when there was a bunch of squatters here previously, but when the brass dragons arrived, they kicked everyone out. So everything useful has been removed. So it seems. So as you, Ninden and Gur head eastward into this connecting room here, you can see this room ceiling is the completion of the dome from the gym over to the east, the arch terminating on the western wall here. Dominating the space is a long Olympic-style swimming pool. It stretches 40 feet from the north to the south and appears to be quite effective and functional as a pool in every way you could conceive it to be, with the exception of one minor detail. In place of water, there is instead a rough, dark gravel that fills the space. It appears that the north end is the deep end of the pool and the shallow side is to the south.
Ninden gingerly reaches out a hand and picks up some of the gravel to look at it. It's
That's
just
an unconventional swimming pool. Harald hops onto it.
Oh dear.
yeah.
Don't. Why? Why?
All right. As you hop onto the gravel,
Because of course he does.
you silly person, you can kind of hear some of it shifting around beneath you, and right after, on either side of you, a couple of these things pop up. I will go ahead and display this to the screen.
Harold, what have you done?
Thakwa.
I found friends.
Do
Just
they look
because they're
friendly?
weird and amorphous, they are not your friends.
Yes, so these strange creatures that appear to be worm-like in shape, with a cooled magma appearance, cracked with glowing lava-like appearance coming from between. It's difficult to describe, but the front has a spike of lava coming out as it burrows, which they have indeed burrowed out of the gravel, which kind of melts around their form.
Kind of like onyx.
A little bit. Let us see.
Fire type.
Fire type
What
onyx.
is
The Alolan form of onyx.
Is the type? This will be a mysticism
Mouse takes
check
out her
to
Pokedex.
Identify.
Ooh. I got you.
Mysticism check. I can roll a die.
Mhm.
I'm all about these mysticism checks. That's a 26.
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
Ninja did pretty well too.
Ninden follows with a
Alrighty.
22.
Already ready. So I always forget the DC. I think it's like 15 for something rare, right?
I think 15 is like uncommon. Kind of
Uncommon,
common stuff. 20 is
and
like
then
really rare stuff.
yeah, this would be more uncommon, and then it's a 1.5 CR on top of that.
Yes.
So this will allow you to know two things, aside from the fact that this is a Thakwa. It is an extraplanar creature, an elemental of some variety. So you want to know offenses, immunities, special attacks.
Yeah,
Does it like
immunities and
jokes?
resistances.
I'm sorry, what was
If
that
you would,
second?
please.
Does it like jokes?
Probably not. They
Alright.
low intelligence. Very
It's the
low
only question I
intelligence.
have about any monster.
Okay. They have elemental immunities, and they are immune to fire, but they are also vulnerable to cold.
Man,
Vulnerable to fire.
we did ourselves some cold damage.
Gur has been considering this for a while.
You also know that any melee weapon that hits it, if you attack it with melee, you are very likely to get burned by striking it. If you strike it yourself, otherwise any melee weapon that hits it will likely receive damage.
Careful, Ninden, they're hot.
I see you.
That's all right.
And I think that allows you to learn one more thing. I think you bypass the threshold by 5. So.
Does it have any special attacks?
Aside from that molten body,
Or ability?
does not appear to have a special attack. It just has a slam. So, but that will put us into combat.
Oh, you probably want initiative now.
Yeah, let me
You're gonna
move
wanna
all
clear that
turns first.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Harald was too quick. He rolled
And
initiative
too
anyway.
low.
Yeah, ironically, he was too quick
I'm
to
last.
go last.
Classic
didn't-
Gur initiative.
He didn't recognize that these were threats. Probably is what it was.
Ooh, maybe I can take that second roll.
Classic
He was
Ninden
too
high
busy
initiative.
trying to tell jokes.
Gur and Ninden high five because they're so quick.
Sup, Gur? we matched for a 24 for our future people listening at home.
Okay. Sorry, I'm scrambling. I was not prepared to do combat in these rooms, so I am.
I blame Ninden.
operating.
You really didn't think that we would do the thing?
Look, you were outside the elevator. You were mad at the lady. I was like, we're gonna just go down the elevator after the lady.
Look, I read your meta narrative, Seth.
Dang it! You've triggered my trap card, or I mean, I guess it's the other way around. I triggered your trap card. 'Twas I who was trapped.
Yes. In assuming that we would just follow your storyline.
Your precious story.
No
Game
plan
master.
survives contact with players.
Yeah, no, it is true. It has proven to be true numerous times. All right, that will bring us to Ninden is up first.
All right. So Ninden, heedless of the fact that punching these things is probably going to hurt somewhat, is going to step up to this one and punch it with an
All right,
entropic strike.
do it.
So his fist glows green and greener anyway because his scales are green, and he punches. Yeah, that's a crit for a nat 20.
Oh my
I'm
gosh!
so sorry for the spike in
Whoa!
audio. That is 11 plus 10, 21 points of bludgeoning damage to this thing.
So
Just blow it away.
coming to the defense of his new captain, Ninden leaps down into the pool to the one that has emerged on the eastern side of Heralda, delivering a disgustingly powerful blow for a total of 21 damage. Does not quite kill it, but it's very clearly not doing well after that. What?
Yikes.
Ninden, make a reflex save, please.
My favorite.
You take
Oh,
one
it's a
fire
nat one.
damage. Okay, you take 1 fire damage, and you are now burning.
Wait, hold
Oh,
on. I have an
see.
ability for this.
Told
Wait.
you they were hot.
Wait. Before you take the damage. When an ally, I can use Watch Your Step. When an ally within 60 feet must succeed at a reflex save to avoid a harmful effect as a reaction before your ally attempts the saving throw, you can grant them a +2, which wouldn't actually help here. So you fail.
Yeah,
anyways.
and
Never
I
mind.
did already. I
You've
saved
already rolled.
that on my nat 1 by rolling before you
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah,
So
all right.
remember it next time when
Will
Gert
do.
goes up and probably bites one.
Don't fight the Thakwa, Gert. Just don't do it.
I think he was eyeing their jugulars.
To that end, Ninden is going to call over his shoulder. Gert, I don't recommend biting these things. I'm slightly on fire.
Stop, drop, and roll! Stop, drop, and roll!
It's like Ninden punched it, and now his like fist is on fire, and I guess probably some members of the party can't tell if that's on purpose or not. Like, oh, Ninden's fist is on fire. Cool.
Yeah, no. Is he gonna tell me that he's on fire, like taking fire damage too?
Yes,
Because
yes.
Gur has a thing for this. Okay, cool. So Gur's gonna pull out his fire extinguisher and spray down. And that's my turn. It was a move action to draw it, and a standard to spray him down. But he's not on fire anymore.
There you go.
What if you spray down the worms?
Oh.
So I'm sorry. So I punch a thing so hard, I catch fire, and then my best friend pulls out a fire extinguisher and puts me out.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically.
yeah.
I love it.
We're well prepared here. We're the space
I-
scouts.
Always bring
love-
a fire extinguisher.
He's
Always.
not even. He didn't even look at you either. He just kind of like pulled it out and he's like side-eyeing you and spraying you down while he's still staring down the other like full health magma worm or whatever.
Right.
I love this game.
You did take the damage. Gotcha. So you still had the 1 fire damage, but you're not on fire anymore. You just got sprayed by a fire extinguisher. All right, that brings us to Mouse.
Mouse is going to look around.
Kill Blue!
Well, yeah, obviously. Fine.
She will, she was going to try and do something with the area, but instead she'll ask Serendipity,
Serendipity?
designating target, Mouse. And she'll designate target on Blue.
Okay.
And shoot it with her auto-target rifle.
Do it.
21?
21 to hit? Absolutely. So the
7 piercing damage.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I remembered now. We
I
have
know.
sound effects now. We have sound effects.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't forget about him.
Duh. That shot from the auto target rifle goes straight through the Thakwa and it just obliterates it. So it just yeah. The magma sprays out behind it. It goes like from front to back, and just the gravel starts to melt around it as the fiery insides of this elemental just dissipate.
Nice shot, Mouse.
You're welcome.
Bring us to Herald.
Yeah, I'll use that second roll. So he hasn't gone yet. Does that mean he can't take attacks of opportunity? I think
Yeah,
that's
that would
true.
mean, well,
That is correct. It's not
Yes.
flat-footed. It's just he
Right.
can't take attacks of opportunity.
right.
Right.
Got it.
Because you don't have a reaction.
I scurry away, firing wildly at him. All I wanted to do was swim.
In gravel?
I have the compression racial ability.
Another time.
Oh, goodness.
So Herald kind of Zoidbergs his way north out of the pool, and then takes a shot with his static arc pistol. And that's against EAC.
EAC 13 probably misses.
Oh, just a hit.
Nice, 4 electric.
4 damage. It's electric.
Waka 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 waka.
All right.
I don't think that's part of the
so,
song.
From that, the Thakwa kind of weaves its way through the gravel and attempts to stab its little fiery spike into Ninden's shin. His shinden.
Classic.
Does a 20 hit your KAC?
Just, yes.
All right. You take 3 piercing and fire damage.
Ah!
No!
It burns and stings!
Bringing us to Kaylin.
I'll telekinetic projectile, gather a bunch of that gravel together and throw it at the Thakwa
Nice.
with
I like it.
19 to hit.
That'll absolutely hit for 1 damage.
And it comes apart on impact and doesn't
yeah,
do a whole lot of damage as the pebbles all melt into its skin.
Yes, so it does hit it, but it seems that the effect of the attack is negligible, which will bring.
It's like throwing the pillow on someone's couch at them.
Right.
Hey, not quite that ineffective.
That'll bring us back to Ninden.
Ninden will call out over his shoulder. Gerd, do you have a melee weapon that you, maybe we want to flank this guy? And Ninden will, hold his action to, well, he'll take a guarded step. Oh. No, he's just gonna sit here and wait for Gerd to, tank that attack of opportunity.
Honestly, yeah, I was gonna say he's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
You can avoid
All right,
it.
so yeah, Ninden calls out, Gerd, help me out here.
And
Again.
taking taking the cue, he's gonna jump down. Do I need to do anything for the jump, or is that a...
No, it's an easy slope. You don't need to worry about that here.
It's through an acrobatics trying to get through that attack of opportunity, but he only rolls a 10, so he probably gets hit.
Do not believe that will work. Ooh. I don't continue my streak of rolling extremely well to hit her. This is
Fantastic.
18 to hit.
That will hit though. Not to
I'll
worry,
roll
level
a
5
7 on
comes
that.
soon.
That'll be 5 piercing and fire damage to Gur as he moves past this thing, and it kind of whips around and stabs his ankle with this little piercy pokey thing.
And he kind of lets out a gritted through his teeth. Yeah, I was gonna say it, but I didn't.
I said it. Don't worry. I'll fall on that sword. I'll do it.
But no, he gets down here and then he's gonna turn and he's just gonna throw a punch because he saw Ninden do it, and why not? We're here. It's happening.
Yeah, I mean, you got a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I do. 16 to hit KAC.
That is a hit. You can
fantastic.
and,
For 10 damage.
Yes, you do 10 damage to it. There's a hiss as your flesh sears against the side of this hot rock, this igneous hide that it seems to have. Dealing 2 additional fire damage to you. Gur.
Ow.
And also make a reflex save, please.
Ooh, get a +2. Harald
That's a
shouts
19.
across the room to watch out.
Watch your step.
So that's a 21 with Harald's help, because he told me to watch my step when my fist was on fire.
You managed to pull your fist away before it caught fire, so you're all right. You just have a little branding. You've got like this cool like igneous brand on the front of your fist now.
And
That's
then,
super edgy. I love it.
Ninden is going to, after he punches, Ninden is going to punch it while it's looking at him in outrage.
Do it.
That's an 18 to hit for 9 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, are you not gonna do? Oh, you didn't do a full attack. Oh man.
No, because Oh, you know what? I didn't say I was gonna do a full attack. Darn it.
No.
No, it wouldn't be right. All right, so 9.
You did hit it for 9.
Yeah.
And it's looking pretty bad, but please take 4 fire damage and then make a reflex save.
Ouch! Stop that.
Stop punching
Darn
it!
3. That's a 3 on the die for a 10.
Oh, and Harald's already used his reaction, so he cannot tell Ninden to watch.
I can't
his
tell
step.
you both to watch your steps.
Ninden once again
I'm not my
catches
party's
on fire.
keeper.
Stop.
Ninden's like, I'm not on fire again.
Way to avoid the fire. Ow.
All
Gosh dang it, you two.
I'll bring up.
I got the frickin' Bash Bros over here.
Don't hit it or you'll catch on fire. And then they just run up and start punching.
Boom.
Man.
It's just
No regard for their own health.
classic Gurdon, you know.
Crow says, "Why does this keep happening?" Mouse, what would you like to do? This thing looks like
Sighing
it's
heavily, Mouse will.
All right, Serendipity, you know what to do.
Shall I designate target?
Yes, you know what to do.
She'll designate target on this one, and she'll shoot it with the auto target rifle.
Oh,
That's a 7. She
no.
misses.
Yeah, that is an automatic miss. Let's see. She fires her rifle.
Rolling that one.
That one does not hit this thing, which looks like it's having trouble remaining substantial at this point.
Good.
Herald.
Let's see here. I guess I should probably shoot it if it's almost dropped. Although I'm tempted to try to put out Ninden. But no, I'll shoot it
I'll
and then
put
put
out
out Ninden.
Ninden.
Yeah. I shoot it with a static arc pistol.
Do it.
Yeah, minimum damage. That's a 19 to hit for 3 damage.
Indeed. Herald takes a shot and it hits the flaming magma worm and it explodes in a sparking glitter of fire and electricity.
Nicely done,
Oh.
Captain.
That was very pretty, Captain.
Oh, thank you.
Now, why the
Grr.
fuck did you jump into this pool?
Oh, you're on fire! Herald will.
Gur sprays down. Oh no, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, while Gur's getting out the fire extinguisher, Herald will, rush towards Ninden, leap into the air, and mid-air transform into, like, a rug. And then, like, land to drape over Ninden to snuff out the flames.
Herald the fire blanket.
As Ninden is shouting at him for like jumping into the pool.
Shh, the blanket says to you, shh.
Oh God.
Oh no.
And then you're both hit with fire extinguisher foam.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. We are the horny stream.
Captain, I take back my compliment.
That's alright, I didn't hear it.
Well, fine.
Dang. Is this what's
Mouse
is
is
this
very
what
curious.
is going to cause the team to fall apart? This encounter. What
Fine
does Mouse want to
then.
do? Sorry.
Mouse is curious about these doorways. What do they look like they might be? Like, is one like a supply does one go into a supply cabinet? Does one go in like to another room?
Right. As the group is starting to proceed south across the gravel or on the side of the room around the pool, I would appreciate if I could have a perception check.
Ooh, something's hiding.
Gur, perceptive as ever, rolls a 2.
Mouse rolled a 20. Not like a
27
nat
on
20,
Herald.
We have a natural 20 from Herald and a 27 from Kaylin. So, Mouse, Herald, and Kaylin, you all notice there are what appear to be the remains of a piece of armor sticking out of the gravel in this area here.
Huh.
Ooh, what's that? Herald
Yeah.
will sink into the gravel and like slosh over to it
Mhm. Okay.
and like try to merge his form around it and bring it to the surface.
Okay.
Can't he just wade through the gravel or walk
And
on
pick
top
it
of the
up?
gravel, then just like pick
Like-
it up like a normal humanoid?
No, he's an aberration. He can't do it.
I gotta do everything spooky like.
So what you find is it appears to be some ruined Vesk overplate armor completely unusable in its current state. There is a bit of an arm still inside the armor, but most of what body was inside of it has been melted away. You assume that the Thakwas did this work. You do notice that there, attached to this armor, is a glove of storing. And as well as that, you find a comm unit. This comm unit has, imagine, I wish that I had a camera for this. Imagine if you had two hands joined together at the palm and spread out. You have that on the comm unit. There's like an icon of that, but 3 of the fingers are missing from the hands.
Which 3 fingers?
Let's go with the pinky and the ring finger on the right, and the ring finger on the left.
Weird.
It's not important, but I will flavor this detail for you.
Thank you.
Well, what's in the comm unit?
That
Is it
might be
locked?
something that somebody who's good with computers.
Oh, gimme.
She snatches it out of your hands. And would you like a computer's check?
Yes, I was just looking up the DC. It will be a computer's check.
Oh, a 19.
That's enough. So
Good.
you get past the lock screen on this comm unit. It appears to belong to a half-orc woman named Seven Fingers Mally. It opens to a notebook app, including a list of apartment complexes in the Verdian, and given names with one of them, Trey, highlighted. So much of the memory holds holographic images, the most numerous of which show Seven Fingers Mally and a halfling man holding hands, sharing food, and kissing. Notes identify this man as Balto Darkheels. It appears to be the owner of this communist's partner. They lived separately in Verdian, but his number is in her list of favorite contacts.
Bad news, buddy. We'll call him if we survive.
Yes. I wonder why this pool is filled with gravel.
I'm
Maybe
gonna.
they were pets. I don't know.
Yeah, I would loosely assume pets.
Weird pets.
Funny, loosely, because it's gravel. Good one, Captain.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going for that.
Yeah, totally. Mouse will inspect this door. Here to the west.
Okay. See to the western side. What door is this?
Come on, bathroom.
Okay. This door appears to be new. This is a newer door, and it is locked. So it will require an engineering check. Physically locked, not computer locked.
Yeah, well, that don't matter.
Mouse is gonna.
Time for Gur and Mouse to. Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Mouse rolled low.
Well,
Mouse
that's a
rolled in that
14 total.
one. I'm so upset.
Gur will give it a shot this time if Mouse wants to assist. Oh, Gur rolled
Yeah, you don't quite
a
get the door
13. Jeez.
No.
Mouse is gonna try again. 23.
Hey, here comes an assist from Gur with it. Oh god, he got a 27.
So the rest of the party watches as Mouse and Gur kind of take turns, like, I'll crack it open, and it doesn't work. He's like, no, you gotta do this. And then, like, he gets in, and it doesn't quite work. And then she's like, no, you have to do this. And then, like, she's almost got it. And then Gur, like, he like, lifts up the door just a little bit. And just that jimmying allows the lock to get bypassed, and you are able to get the door open. TC was literally
Victory.
25, which you guys just hit with that assist.
Gur Mouse, high five.
We got lots of
Mouse
duos in
begrudgingly,
this.
but sure.
We got lots of duos
I mean,
in this team. I dig it.
if she doesn't, he's just gonna like stand there with his hand up.
Leave him hanging. No, she's not gonna leave him hanging. She's not that heartless, but she will just sort of like put her hand up for him rather than like actually high five.
Like, what if she like reaches out and like touches his hand with like an index finger? Like,
Brutal.
Oh
That's
my
a
God.
thing a lot of my students do instead of high fives. Like somebody will go up for a high five, they'll be like, "What doink?" So, it's funny.
That's cruel.
Yeah.
all right,
Kids are cruel.
it's true. So as you open this door, it appears to lead to a small room, making use of its limited space by having walls largely covered in shelving space. Shelves, contents are now displaced on the floor, however. Old toiletries, sundries, linens, with the club's logo, all scattered to the floor here, dirty and unused. On the floor, it's pretty clear that there are walking paths, and they primarily go from east to west, a narrow trail cut through the junk. On the northern wall, there's a small hallway that leads to the door over there. And in that hallway with faded paint, you see the words elevator maintenance over a hatch, which is to the south of what you believe to be the elevator itself.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Oh wait, no, we just have the password to the elevator,
Yeah.
so we don't need to do that.
This would probably
would've
be in
been
case
really-
we didn't get it out of Mama or whatever.
Maybe that could be it.
Well, now do you guys want to go down the elevator?
Wait, what's in this door?
Yeah,
All
what's in
right.
this door?
I love it.
Darn 100%ers.
This door to the south actually opens without any complaints. This one is not secured. So let me delete the door for you, as we have established is the way that you open doors in Starfinder.
Well, in Roll20 anyway.
It's a
No, in
hallway.
Starfinder, it's canon. As you proceed south, you see a long hallway that seems to connect what was probably the gym over to the east. To the south, there is a door that has peeling paint. The words locker room are hanging above it. And to the west, you see another door that does not have a logo of any kind. The damage in this hallway is noticeably lesser than it is in the rest of the building, but you can see that some of the damage still made it here.
So this is all remnants of that solar flare that people are talking about, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
I'm sorry, the DM just answered. And then, never mind.
That's okay. I'm just
Yes.
pleased that my character voice was there.
Yeah, no, I have a hard time turning off my character voice too. So Mouse is gonna take a look at this door here on the west.
Okay. Let's see, is this door locked? No, it doesn't appear to be. Okay.
We open it. Ah,
All right. Give me just a moment. There's things about this room.
Oh no! Things!
Yeah, this room has things.
it would only be worse if it
Cleaner
also
than
had
other
stuff.
rooms.
It's a very clean room.
It could have odds and ends.
That's a nice looking room.
Yeah, right? It is. So, when you enter this room, the temperature drops noticeably. The walls, the floor, and the ceiling of this space are immaculate, having survived the damage caused to some of the rest of the building relatively untouched. It doesn't take long to determine that the source of the cool air seems to be coming from this large radiant blue pool to the southern side of the room. I would like a mysticism check from anybody who would like to give me one as they enter this room.
Meanwhile,
Sure
Gur's
thing,
walking up
boss.
to. Meanwhile, Gur's walking up to soak his burnt hand in the cool water.
Oh no.
Oh, are
I
we
got
at
a
the
19
beach episode
mysticism.
already?
Let me, actually, there's a thing about that.
About the beach episode?
No, sorry.
Beach episode.
Beach episode. Beach episode.
So, Gur, you dip your hand in the water here?
Yeah, he does.
It is extremely cold. It doesn't appear to be water. It appears to be some sort of substance that can go below freezing and remain in the liquid state. You actually take 1 cold damage for touching it.
Your hand is so
So
messed
he
up.
goes. I was gonna say he gets burns on his hand, and then he gets freezer burn on his hand.
Hmm.
He swears a mile long blue streak in Orcish.
What? So,
Gur,
what's up, Gar?
It's really cold.
So don't cannonball into it. Got it.
no, as is your, as is your modus operandi, Captain.
Gur holds up his hand, and it's kind of like got frost formed on it, probably. Yeah, better
Ninden,
not touch it.
Ninden puts away his word-a-day calendar.
This
Would it be an
seems-
engineering check to figure out what it is?
Yes, this seems rather antithetical to the plane of fire.
Um,
Never mind. You guys were making mysticism checks.
mysticism
We
checks just
were.
to recognize what kind of room it is. You can. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and make a engineering check if you'd like.
Woot.
Gur only got a 13 again, but Mouse got
Mouse
a 28.
got a 28.
Okay. Here, you can find towards the edge of the pool on the eastern side, there is a panel that has some sort of machine connected to it that you recognize as what is causing this liquid to be cooled. Some examination reveals that it is working in overdrive currently, and this liquid is
Oh, it's-
probably way colder than it's supposed to be. You know that this is made possible through a series of 3 Sikatite actuators that you know are worth about 100 credits each, and
Ooh.
each can be removed with about 5 minutes of work.
Yeah, she takes them.
Okay, so you're going to
Take
start
them
trying to
15
remove
minutes.
these?
Yeah, I want them. I want them for throwing or something
Okay.
to make cold. I want to make some cold.
If that's going on for 15 minutes, Gur's going to take the time to install his new armor upgrade.
So, let's see. Is it just the 3 of you staying in this room right now?
We'll stay. We'll hang out with them.
She just
Keep
kind of
'em
plonks
company.
down onto the ground. You guys are used to seeing this. It's like, okay, she's not going anywhere for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ninden would also attempt to install another armor upgrade into his armor. That radiation buffer that we got last time.
Okay. So, those of you in the room, as Mouse starts to work on this device, you start to feel as though there are small beads or bubbles forming just below your skin. Slowly, it feels as if your skin is becoming less comfortable, becoming tight in some spots, almost starting to crack. I would like it if you could please make a will save. Anybody in the room?
Oh, fun.
That's a 16 for Gur.
It's a 16 for Ninden.
19 Herald.
14 for Mouse.
Okay. Mouse. You feel as you're working, not only is your skin starting to feel slightly uncomfortable, which, that happens sometimes. It wasn't at the point where you felt like you needed to do anything about it. But now you kind of feel your throat starting to dry out, and your eyes are starting to dry as well, and they begin to burn. Your hair feels brittle. Your muscles are starting to become sore, and it feels as if they're starting to wither almost.
Masculini.
Shut up. I've got something to do right now.
Masculini.
Actually, Serendipity doesn't realize anything. This is something that Serendipity does not detect. However, Mouse, because you are aware of physical science and these symptoms that you're starting to feel, you are you have become convinced that by staying in this room and by working on this device, you have been hit by a lethal dose of radiation. And the only way that you can think to feel relief from these symptoms is to jump into this liquid.
Oh,
you-
cripes.
The
Oh, no.
group watches as Mouse starts to rub at herself, and like she has this realization creep over her that she's been doomed to die from radiation poisoning, and in order to feel relief, she jumps into the pool.
Oh,
I said not to
God.
cannonball, not
Mouse,
to.
what? That means now
Burning.
Mouse takes 5 cold damage
Okay.
as she jumps into the pool. Let me represent this by putting her actually in the pool.
Fair enough.
But at this point, you can make another will save.
Okay. No, that was an 11.
Mouse remains convinced that she has succumbed to radiation poisoning, and she is trying to feel better.
All right, Mouse. I'm just trying to convince you that you're not actually being irradiated.
Captain, can't you see?
Oh dear.
It's
Gur,
at
is there
this
any?
point that the rest of you can now kind of start to feel something in the air. You can hear voices. You hear the voices of defeated, remorseful tones that pass through as if they're on a bad signal on a radio, crackling through to your reality through whatever barrier keeps these ghostly emanations normally reaching the prime material. You hear very brief glimpses of conversations, people who have realized that they've come to the end of their life, realizing that even though they're safe from the blast of fire outside of the room, they are being very slowly and invisibly cooked to death by radiation. Anybody who is perceiving
see.
these voices, can you please make a perception check?
I assume Mouse is not perceiving these voices.
Oh, she is. You can hear these people. You hear you might even hear them more clearly because it appears that you have succumbed to this haunting.
14.
Do I hear them even though I'm sort of standing in the hallway?
Not quite. You can
Okay.
you can kind of see that everybody in the room is looking around, and it looks like they're affected by something, but you can't really tell what. You can attempt a mysticism check if you'd like, though.
All right. 21 mysticism.
No, that doesn't quite do it.
I got an 18 perception. Does that do anything?
Yes, Ninden and Herald both overhear one of the voices talking about. Let's see. Do-do-do. Sorry, I had it up. Yeah, you hear one voice just briefly passing. Guess we're dead. So much for our haul in locker 77.
Oh.
So there's some info for
Ooh.
you. But at
Locker
this time,
70s.
Mouse is indeed still submersed in this liquid.
Oh, well, yes. Seeing that Mouse is not coming out of her own volition, Ninden would 100% jump in after her.
Hold on. Gur, can you disable the cold that by like faster or like more destructively than Mouse was trying to?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, is this a computers thing though? Because if it's engineering, I'm all over it.
So you suspect you could disable the device. However, seeing it, this is a liquid that retains properties, it would still remain pretty cold for a while.
Ninden jumps in.
I keep remembering like our pool safety things that I had when I was a kid, which is reach or throw, don't go.
Right? Well, Ninden goes, and as a result takes 5 cold damage as this extremely cold liquid meets your scales.
Okay. I grab Mouse and start. Well, actually, I just. How deep is the pool?
It's not very deep. This is think like a large hot tub or like a
Okay.
Japanese furo, but instead of hot water, it is cold water, very
Fair.
cold water or liquid. It's not
Ninden
water.
then grabs Mouse and passes her up to Gur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mouse is going to be struggling to get back because she is still convinced.
Burning alive.
Go ahead and Mouse, go ahead and make another will save just to see if we can shake you out of this.
Okay. Nope.
Oh, she's still convinced.
Jeez. Okay,
Uh,
well,
Why
they're
are
just
you
gonna take her.
trying to kill me?
Is Ninden gonna clamber out of the pool right after that?
Yes, it's not that enjoyable. So.
It's not that enjoyable. Let's get an opposed strength check from Gur
Oh, thank
and
God.
Mouse.
Oh
Lol.
boy. I rolled a 12.
Yeah, I rolled a
Oh.
I rolled a 1.
So-
It's fine.
Gur just picks her up like a rag doll and carries her out of the room.
Okay.
Her teeth are chattering.
So as Mouse is taken out of the room, whatever was gripping her previously seems to just kind of go away. And,
I figured as much.
she
Oh,
seems
I'm
fine
really
now.
cool.
Gur just kind of like, brushes some of the frost off of her hair. A little chunk of the hair like probably breaks off. Sorry about that. You got to be more careful next time, though. And he just kind of like tries to do the whole lecture thing, but I don't know, probably
Serendipity,
fails.
where were you?
I'm sorry, Masculini. I did not detect any anomalies.
Useless.
No, don't be rude to your AI.
Hey, you stay out of this.
She like turns and like looks at you, and actually Serendipity's little avatar also kind of turns and looks at you. Yes, Master Harrell, please stay out of this. And then they go back to bickering.
Staying out of this. I guess that was some sort of haunt. Those who are killed in the radiation of the solar flare.
Huh, that would explain it, yeah.
It is an ugly way to go, for sure.
But you did get some info.
Yeah, on the plus side, anyone see any lockers?
Well,
a
this
locker
is
room
the
back
locker
there.
room.
It's a
Oh,
locker
Captain,
room door.
did you happen to hear what I heard?
Yeah! I scurry down to locker 77.
Well, this is the locker room here.
Yeah.
Ninden tries the door.
Oh, to the south, I see.
The door to the south of this long hallway you're in opens. It doesn't resist
Ah.
your attempt at all.
So spooky.
Oh!
Do we see locker 77?
Give me just a moment. I'm gonna switch
Of
away from the
course.
scary music
Thank goodness. Am I
to the
right?
only
Too
the,
much
sli-
spook.
the
Wrong
slightly
game.
unsettling music. Yeah, I know. You just played Signal of Screams yesterday, and then you come in. There's ghosts and stuff. Like what the heck? What's up with that? Surprisingly clean compared to the previous rooms. This locker room appears to have gone by unscathed. Mouse and Gur can determine that this room was spared from the physical damage by the sets of walls separating it from the main blast, though it's likely that this room was still flooded with radiation. There are a number of numbered lockers here. Oh, go ahead.
Mouse actually has a radiation sweeper. She's
Yeah.
going to use it now.
Okay.
Nice.
It
Click, 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 click.
The Geiger counter does not. It detects that the radiation levels are definitely above normal. Like, this is not your standard radiation level, but it's not harmful.
All right.
That's
Whatever
what we like to hear.
elevated radiation levels used to be present here are no longer here. If you actually give the room to the west the same treatment, you find that there is a similar situation there. There is no longer a lethal amount of radiation in the room. No elephant's foot here. But yes, in this room there are a number of numbered lockers. None of them are locked. In fact, many of them have been broken into, or the doors have been straight up removed. To the east, there are showers that, if tried, they have running water and functioning sonic cleansing mechanisms for fire-attuned individuals that cannot shower using water.
What about locker 77, Seth?
Yes. What about Locker 77? What do you think is in Locker 77?
Probably nothing. If all of these lockers are
Gold!
Doubloons!
So, as you find Locker 77, it appears to be disappointingly empty. However, if you kind of cling around for a little bit because of the information that you got from the ghost, like the ghost speech, you find that the bottom of the locker is actually a false bottom, and you can pull it out, and you find inside a null space chamber with 1,500 UPBs inside.
Ooh.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
So there
Wow.
you go.
These are very valuable, and then these UPBs, Gerb, Mouse, you could probably make something nice with these.
Oh, I have a couple
Oh.
of things in mind.
Very exciting.
All right.
Alright, so now do we feel like going down the elevator?
Not quite.
I still see one blacked out patch of map over there, Captain.
Alright.
Oh, sorry. This is the locker. This is the showers.
Ah,
Yeah. There's nothing
Technically
remarkable over
not.
here.
technically not a bathroom.
Right. No, not a bathroom.
No, actually,
We
this
haven't
is the
found a
biggest
bathroom.
of all.
This is the most bathroom. Why is it called a bathroom if it's a place where you pee? It's weird.
Right? It's the biggest bathing room we found.
It's like how
Anyway,
you
yes.
drive on a parkway and you park on a driveway.
I
Let's
do
take
what I
that
want.
elevator.
Let's go down the elevator, yeah.
The DM annoys the players into continuing the adventure.
That's one way to keep us on the adventure path. We cut
You
through
monster.
This room.
All right, so we're going to get on the elevator, I assume,
Yeah, we punch in that code.
which I believe is 62621, and you are able to get onto the. Let me gather y'allins up. Y'allins, Yuns. I think Yuns is another one. Yuns. If we
Yes.
had any of our southern Cosmic Crit members here, they could.
They could
confirm
tell
this
us.
to be the
They could
case.
tell us for sure. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna slide this over. I will make sure that everything is as desired. Yes, yes. This appears to be good.
Does it?
It does.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I fear nothing good comes from going down this elevator.
Well, I mean,
The
you know,
door opens to what?
there's some, it's stuff.
trap.
The door opens to a soundtrack change. Give me just a moment.
Stuff and things.
All right, we are now in the basement of the EOS Athletics Club. I don't even know why I bothered to put a door on this thing, but hey, there it is. Okay. Now I need to go to my episode 10 notes. Check that out. Now we're starting.
An hour into the episode, we start episode 10.
Mhm. All right, as the elevator opens, your nose is greeted by a hot, earthy scent. It stings a bit, and you think it might take some time to adjust to it. Concrete walls and flooring surround you, looking not unlike a military bunker. It gives the impression of a fortification of some kind. To the north, there is a door labeled supply. To the south of the elevator is a weapons room.
To the south is
Oh.
a weapons room, you say?
We're-
A
Weapons rack.
weapons room.
Yeah, we're going to
Rack,
the
rack,
south.
Right here.
Mouse skips on up.
Making perception checks along the way for traps.
Indeed.
Huh. Oh no. Oh no. That's an 11 on perception.
Is that
That's a
24 from
16.
Kaylin? Survey the area.
Galen, you notice that there appear to be a turret. It appears to be turrets, one located in the northwestern corner of the hallway and the southern corner of the hallway. You're not sure what will get them to turn on, but they do appear to be a threat. If you would like to make one of your engineers aware of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm gonna message both my engineers in case there's cameras seen that there are turrets in the corners, and we should probably disable those.
Gonna walk up to the turret, try to get in its blind spot, and just take it apart.
Yeah.
Or get it on our side.
I don't know. It looks like a pretty big gun. What kind of gun is it, by the way?
Let's see here. It just looks like a flechette gun. It looks like it is designed to deliver a high amount of projectiles in a short amount of time in a wide spread.
Indeed. Engineering to disable.
Yes.
Ideally, I'd want to remove the gun and do something with it. But
That will
I
probably
rolled an
take some
18.
time.
Can we tell what?
but
Can we tell what controls it? Does it like seem connected to some other system, or does it have some AI?
It's built into the wall. So the wall and ceiling, it's like in the upper corner. So whatever controls it is probably some sort of wiring that goes into the wall. With that, it'll probably take some time to disassemble it and retrieve any kind of weapons platform from it. More time than you should probably spend here. But with that engineering check, you can disable its visual sensors at least, so it isn't able to track targets.
I do so.
Okay.
Where are you?
Are you still there?
Are you still there?
Oh
There's
no.
one more turret up to the
Yep.
north.
Mouse, do you want to have been working on that one, or shall I take care of that one
Yeah, no, I've done it.
Okay.
too? Okay.
Let's get an engineering check from Mouse.
Oh.
29.
Hey.
Okay, yeah. The visual sensors on both of these turrets have been disabled. You do not believe that they will be a problem at all.
Good work,
Meanwhile,
everyone.
Lyndon is searching through the weapons on the rack.
Okay. I'll go ahead and post in our secret chat what is on the weapons rack. It's a tactical diasporan rifle with a sniper scope, 2 longswords, and 2 uniclamps.
Dope.
Uniclamps. What do those do?
They clamp onto unicorns.
Well, we don't have any
Not
of those,
Sparkle
so.
Man.
It's
Everyone
like
knows unicorns aren't real. Duh.
it's like when I'm playing Apex Legends and like
yes,
I
they
find
are.
a turbocharger, but I don't have a weapon that uses a turbocharger. I pick up the turbocharger because like, what if I find that weapon? Like you might find a unicorn.
Yeah, you're right. What if it has a rocket launcher? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
So here's my question: what kind of longswords do we have? Do we know? Are they just the base kind, or are they like?
It's just these are just basic
Okay.
longswords. Yeah.
There's a lot of those. Okay, so yeah, these are the D8 slashing longswords.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we throw all of that junk into the null space chamber, and by
What
we
you
I
have
mean
now.
Ninden, who is just probably holding on to the null space chamber.
Our pack mule.
That's
Yeah.
a smart move.
Packed affectionately.
Put all the gear on the person who goes head first into combat.
Yes, but he's also the most honest and reliable.
That's true.
It's like letting the paladin hold all the equipment.
Yeah.
Harald
Basically.
will ponder the corridor and turn into the boss that we have seen pictures of, that Ifrit. The lady.
You goofball.
It begins.
Well,
Alright,
why don't
give
I
me
just
that
see what's going on in these rooms? Can I just take a 10 since I'm not under pressure?
To disguise?
Sure.
Sure.
So that's, I guess, a 30 with Astra's own ability.
Okay. Got a 30 to disguise. All right.
Captain, we want to check this door to the north first.
What is it? How does she talk again? Sure.
Yes.
How she talked? I'm gonna go back and listen to this.
I don't remember. So hey,
Yeah, I just get
we're
to make
gonna.
it up.
She'll just have a voice. She'll just have one.
I open
sure
up the
has a
door
voice.
and stride in as though I own the place.
Okay. I'm going to assume that the rest of you are not going to go in with him.
Correct.
Yeah,
We're
we're
heading
heading
to
to
the
the
door.
side.
Oh my god! I
Around
just
the
got
corner.
a bunch of noise at once.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
We were just all
Ni-
confirming for you.
Yes,
Ninden is hiding behind the corner thing.
the Dorner.
Mouse is hiding in the other dorner.
And
It's
Gur
a
is hiding
corner-
behind Ninden.
It's a corner that's directly relative to a door. It's a Dorner. Okay. So the label on the wall was not lying. This is definitely a supply room. Lining the walls are open bins and shipping crates, organized in some way preferable to the occupant here. Standing amongst the crates is an Azure. You recognize the race as the same as the kind that was on the Breath of Embers. Let me. This person has a portrait.
Ooh, are they important?
They have a portrait.
That does not necessarily mean the same thing.
Right.
It means they're in portrait.
Oh.
Ah.
The soldier you fought on the Breath of Embers is wearing similar armor to the armor that this Azure is wearing. Let's see, and that individual attempted to remove you from the Breath of Embers, calling you traitors and thieves. This man, in contrast, is slowly and meticulously putting away some tools. Without a word, he slowly lifts a sledgehammer that was sitting head first on the floor beside him and draws a sonic pistol before turning around. But you can see he's surprised to see the commander. He goes, "Commander Jelasun, I thought you were waiting in the command room."
Yes, but the intruders have arrived and we need reinforcements.
He seems really confused. He's like, "I thought my orders were to stay here and guard the supplies."
Yes, they were, and now I'm changing them.
Give me a bluff check.
Uh-huh. It says 28.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Yes.
Just let it happen.
He just he nods his head and he goes, "All right, Commander, where do you need me?"
Oh, push to talk. Just head towards the command center. We're gathering there.
As he starts to walk forward, before you leave
is
the
that the
room,
wrong-
Harold, before you leave the room, you hear over the PA system, "That's not me, you idiot."
So good.
Rude.
So
Rude.
good.
He looks at
Well-
the camera that is on the ceiling right here, and he looks at you, Harold, and he readies his hammer and he goes, "Tricky."
Would you believe that one's the fake one?
As in his own voice.
I would like you to make a perception check as you notice him look kind of behind you, Harold.
It's 23.
No. Okay, so that means we are entering initiative once again as he readies his sledgehammer and his pistol.
Nothing can ever just go according to plan.
No, never ever.
Oh man, I got a 9 on initiative again. Always last.
Your job is to clean up our messes, so it's a good thing.
It's
that you go
true.
last.
She is
It's true. I don't need to go first.
She's team mom. I mean, that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah. Envoys and strikers generally appreciate going first.
So, yeah, envoys absolutely like to go first. I can confirm that. Just because you get to use all of your cool, like, I'm controlling the battlefield abilities while the battle is happening and not after the battle is happening. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
All right. Let me put us into fight music. Engaging fight music.
Bleep bloop.
Oh, you guys want bleep bloop? I
Oh,
can.
did
I can do.
Did I not create fight music?
Oh no.
Awful. Oh well. I will use that from the previous episode.
I like
Nice.
this fight music.
It is good
Pretty
fight
good.
music.
It's pretty
It's
good.
very Mass Effect.
Yeah, right? God, what's the name of the person who made that soundtrack? I forget. They did an amazing job. I love
They
Mass
did.
Effect so much. I want to say Hewlett? I don't know. Why does that sound right? It doesn't.
I have it on my computer. I'll look it up while we're doing this.
Whatever. Well, hey, stay tuned. After the break, we'll tell you who made the Mass Effect soundtrack. That news, exclusive news for you.
This stream not sponsored by Mass Effect.
Certainly not sponsored by Mass Effect 3. That is for certain.
What about Andromeda?
Let's not start on Mass Effect. We'll never get back to the game.
Yeah,
No, we never will.
It's true. What Herald failed to notice is
Oh, Jesus.
earthen elemental with kind
Fire
of some
spider!
fire accents emerge from the ground beneath him. Herald getting attacked by a lot of things that come up from the ground behind him in this episode.
But this one's name is
Lewd.
Chunk, and I love it.
It is a little lore bit for you. It is indeed named Chunk. But does a 13 hit your flat-footed KAC, Herald?
No.
It does not. Okay. You become aware of this creature as it tries to hit you, making a loud slamming noise on the ground behind you.
Oh.
But just missing. And that will put us into actual initiative order, which means it is Ninden's turn.
Ninden. Oh. He takes 5 feet and sees the spider.
Mhm.
Goes, oh. Excuse me.
Excuse me?
And continues on past the spider, assuming that Herald can handle a little fire spider.
Can I though?
It does attempt to hit Ninden as he goes past it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Does a 19 hit your KAC?
It meets. So yes,
Oh.
I just got new armor too.
That's all right. Chunk is not. He's not super good at causing a lot of damage. Just kind of there to be a problem. That'll be 6 bludgeoning damage as he slams you as you run past.
Okay.
It seems like he still didn't appreciate it, even though you said "excuse me." What a jerk.
What a jerk. Some people just have no manners, or elemental constructs have no manners anyway.
Is he a jerk
None whatsoever.
elemental?
Yeah. Gonna backtrack a little bit, and Ninden is going to go here if that's all right with you. If
Yeah, that's
so this way. Yeah, so this way I'm not blocking shots, and I'm gonna entropic headbutt him.
Okay.
Huh. That's an 11 to hit, so that's gonna miss, and I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. Yes. It seems like he appears to be ready for that attack, weaving backwards to avoid the headbutt. So that will bring us to Chunk. Chunk the elemental. Gonna try to hit Herald a couple more times. That's a big miss. That is probably gonna be a big hit. 17 against KAC Herald.
Hit.
It's a big hit with fans.
The little elemental Chunk jumps up and does his signature move, the Chunk Bump, doing 8 bludgeoning damage to Herald by slamming him down.
Oh. The chunk.
Got it.
Bump.
All right, Gur, it is your turn.
Gur is gonna move up here, and as he does so, he draws his it's not the static arc rifle, jeez, it's the pulsecaster rifle,
Indeed.
and he
That is
shoots person in front of him.
As much as I hate to bring this up, does that provoke as you go through the door?
No, because it already did an attack of opportunity on the. No, wait, he got another
He got a
reaction back.
turn, yeah.
He sure did. Sorry. Oh my god.
Don't say it.
That would have gone by unnoticed, but since it was brought up, not only did he take an attack of opportunity, it was a natural freaking 20. For near maximum damage.
Gee, thanks.
Sorry.
Oh god.
No, you're right. You always remind the GM.
Grr, Chunk, as you run by, does a little spin and just manages to hit you right in the solar plexus as you run by, dealing 16 bludgeoning damage.
What?
Wow.
Ouch.
Dear lord. I have a feeling that
That's
there's going to be some
Chunk
words
OP.
exchanged once we go to nerf
Please
Chunk.
nerf.
Nerf Chunk.
Forget Vanguards. Chunk OP.
The character operations manual comes out later this year, and it's like, okay, we've toned down Chunk. Chunk is no longer. I have a feeling that words will be exchanged during the break. Gur, what do you do with the rest
Like,
of
how
your
are
turn?
you, and how's your day going?
Gur didn't hear the majority of what happened, so whoever reminded the DM of this is safe, surprisingly. However, Gur, since I didn't hear any of this, I didn't realize I was even being attacked, is going to make a latent acrobatics check to see if he can dodge. That's a 17
To avoid the attack altogether?
to avoid the attack altogether, yeah.
What's the DC on the acrobatics check again?
Oof, I
That's
do not
pretty
remember.
high.
15 plus 1.5 times CR.
Well, doesn't make it then if it's 15 plus 1.5 times CR.
Well, it depends. What are y'all betting that Chunk's CR is?
It's not fucking
I mean,
one.
it's gotta
It
be
hits
high.
me.
It is actually one.
It
No.
is
Are
one.
you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay then.
Ha.
It missed.
Yeah, okay. Chunk does not.
Does not crit for 16.
Deal 16 damage to Gur.
He goes for this horrible slam, and Gur just kind of steps to the side a little bit.
As Gur tries to go through, Chunk jumps up and goes, "Tatsumati Fuga!" and just misses, like, just barely. All right, Gur, you are significantly more healthy than you were just a second ago. What would you like to do with your turn?
Well, if you look above my acrobatics check, I did
Uh-huh.
take a shot with my pulse caster rifle at this
Uh-huh.
other guy.
Mhm.
Still trying to do that. I'm
Okay.
imagining a 12 does not hit.
It does not.
What about a
Okay.
13 for coordinated shot?
No.
Okay.
So
Is
yes.
EAC, but I still
It
don't
is
think that
EAC.
fits.
It almost hit, but it did not. Was not a successful connection.
It's all right. I'm just happy I didn't take 16 damage.
Misconnections.
I thought that was really funny. I got reminded
was-
to make an attack of opportunity, and it was a crit with near maximum damage. Chunk almost got a cosmic crit.
The cosmic chunk crit.
Cosmic Chunk. All right. That was the turn.
Cousin to Cosmic Eddie.
Well, Mouse sees a spider that needs a shooting, so serendipity. Designating target, Mouse clinning. And so she will shoot it with her that thing,
I'm
the
not familiar with
the
that
auto
weapon.
target rifle, her non-fire weapon. That's a 14.
That does hit. That does hit Chunk. Chunk is hit.
Woot.
Chunk is
Cool.
wounded. Let me.
For 10 damage.
Indeed. So she fires her rifle, damaging Chunk. Bullet ricocheting off of his earthen hide. Does not appear to like it. Not quite bloodied yet. Not earth bloodied. All right, that'll bring us to Herald.
Herald recognizes the real enemy in the room and steps
Chunk
away
is
from
wilding
it,
out.
firing wildly. at the spider. 21 to hit, 6
Oh my
electricity damage.
Gerald, when did you learn to shoot?
I just had to miss 3 times in the first book, and now I've learned to only ever hit.
It's true.
I just decided to start rolling better. You see?
So yes, it appears
Positive
that
thinking.
positive thinking. It's all the difference in the world. Yes, so it appears that this electricity weapon is able to successfully damage this elemental, and it now appears to be having difficulty remaining instantiated. I don't know. I feel like that's not the correct word. Either way, it is Kalen's turn.
I'll throw a telekinetic projectile at Chunk, the fiery spider.
You're throwing chunks at Chunk.
I'm throwing,
Chunk,
yeah,
the fiery spider.
probably one of these boxes or something.
Sure.
But that's only a 13 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit.
Oh, well, that's 6 points of bludgeoning damage as I throw a box at this fire spider
Indeed.
with my mind powers.
With her mind bullets.
Powers.
That's telekinesis, Herald.
That's telekinesis, girl.
That's a good impersonation.
All right, that will bring us to this Azur, who, bringing up his sledge defensively, takes a step back, and you can kind of see like a cool pattern on the flames around his head. They kind of wave back, and then in like a circular motion, launch forward as he attempts to hit you with a mind thrust. I need a will save.
I'm not very willful.
No.
That's a 4, a 3 on the die.
Oh,
Ninden
no.
does not have a great will.
Kalen's gonna have to start leading us in like meditation practice every day. Like I'm just so
Yeah.
sick of you guys losing, losing your minds on.
So after this like cool flame ripple, you get hit by a wave of psychic energy, dealing 23 psychic damage to you.
Oh my god! I take all the entropy points then. So once again, Ninden, he holds his head and then he just explodes in entropic energy. There's cool black and green sort of like waves coming off of him.
So you got buff dude with regular fire, buff dude with green and black fire. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a title fight.
Ninden, it's your turn. How would you like to respond to the psychic assault?
Yikes. I would like to very much punch him, please. So
Okay, sure.
Respond with
All
physical
right.
violence.
yeah, respond with swift and blinding violence.
Blinding.
So I'm going to punch him.
Do it.
And I'm going to punch him right hard.
Do it. I dare you.
It's a 14 versus EAC.
Ooh. Let me see.
Don't know.
That is just a hit.
Yes!
So, you managed to. It's not the best punch you've thrown.
No.
But
Still reeling.
yeah. You kind of stagger forward into him and land a kind of a soft one on the chest. So you do hit him, but he just kind of takes it and he just looks at you stoically, unfazed so far. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, it's Chunk's turn.
Oh no!
Batten down the hatches!
Hashtag pray for Chunk. Chunk goes after everyone's favorite Astrozoan and tries to smack him up. Actually, wait. I just remembered something. Chunk is not owned by anybody. Chunk is its own.
Chunk
Chunk's
don't
his
need-
own spider.
Indeed. Okay, never mind. I was mistaken about the state of his morale. Oh my gosh. Hey, Herald, does a 24 hit your case?
No, I'm rocking a 40 actually.
Oh wow. That's
No,
impressive.
it hits.
I
It
know,
hits,
right?
I'm sorry.
God. Okay. Chunk does the Tatsumaki Fury again and lands 11 bludgeoning damage as it does a hurricane kick towards her.
What the hell?
Is
He's chunking it up.
CR1?
He is CR1. His damage is 1d6 plus 5, and I rolled a 6 on the damage, so.
Gerald is almost into hit points. I've dealt more damage by the spider than any other monster in this AP.
Literally unplayable.
No, that's not true. You almost got killed while you were playing the Sexy Ifrit, right?
I don't remember that.
You went pretty low hit point damage against the Azure on the Breath of Embers. But anyway, that's
Oh yeah, that's true.
Here, it is Gur's turn in this current time and space.
He's gonna step up for flanking.
Okay, are you gonna make that acrobatics check to avoid an attack of opportunity?
He's gonna try. Oh, and he rolls a nat 1.
Then, in that case, Ninden is going to use his reaction to try and shield Gur, who would be adjacent to him, from the inevitable attack of opportunity.
Well, let's see if it hits first.
In this case.
Gives him a +2 to AC. Actually, this has to happen before the attack roll.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you.
Okay. Let's see. What is your attack roll? Quartermaster Master Cross. Let's see. Okay. Oh no. I don't even think you need to do that, Ninden. He rolls a 12 on the attack roll, so.
Well, as he said, it had to be done before the attack, so
Yeah.
he's done.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just
Such is
flavoring
life.
it. I'm flavoring it.
Oh, sure. So, yeah,
I see.
Ninden like throws an arm out, but Gur just ducks under both the attack and the arm.
Pretty much.
It's like, why isn't Ninden trying to hit me with his mom arm?
Jeez.
All right,
so
Gur,
he's gonna get behind him and he's gonna give him a punch right to the kidneys if he can hit him. But this is gonna be non-lethal damage.
Okay.
That's a 19 to hit for 14 punching damage.
Now.
Oh my god.
Oh, you can choose if it's non-lethal, right?
I mean, yeah, it's a punch.
I mean, you don't take a penalty to do it.
Correct. Correct.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that is definitely a hit, and Ninden, you're kind of surprised that your friend is able to land. How does it do that much damage? Holy cow!
Ring of Fangs.
Ring
Plus
of Fangs.
4, plus 4,
Ring
plus
of
3,
Fangs.
plus 4.
Adds double your attack,
Okay.
double your level to the specialization damage, as opposed to just your level as specialization. It's 2 times your level.
That.
And if you're
Yeah,
thinking
that's
to
why.
yourself, that seems like it'll be
Crazy.
really high around level 10. You're right. It will be.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's about, yeah. I mean, we could get into the nitty gritty. It's just a little behind specializing in a weapon, but
Right. All right. So yeah, it definitely appears to have had an effect. It's quite damaging. And he's not quite bloodied though. He's standing his own. Mouse, it is your turn. Holding his
So
own.
rude.
Why is standing? His own?
Well, dang it. Mouse is gonna have to move to keep shooting it.
That's okay,
It's
because
fine.
you already targeted it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it means that I can't take a full attack, which would have been nice. But it's okay. We're just gonna attack again with the auto target rifle.
Turns out Chunk's the leader of the Brass Dragons. Everybody.
Oh my god.
I
That's
knew
a
it.
16 to hit.
Oh yeah.
6 damage.
Indeed. Okay, yeah, that does hit Chunk. Let me swap over to our sound here. Get that long rifle. Chunk is hit by another bullet, and it appears after being shot by that it lets out a weird like elemental squealy sound, and it appears to be looking for a way out of the room now. Which will bring
And
us
Mouse
to her.
is standing in the doorway. Good job, Mouse.
Which will bring us to Herald.
Herald will retreat, terribly afraid of the spider, and say, "Alright, Ninden, I've been watching this fight while I've been in my own fight, and I think you're doing a pretty good job, despite all that mental trauma, and I just want you to push past it. Just push past it. It's all in your head."
I see what you did there.
You're a monster.
Anyways, that's 11 stamina back because it works for some reason.
I can hear your shit-eating grin from across the country.
This is the only
Thank
time
you.
when telling people it's all in your head and just muscle past it actually work.
Yeah.
It only works for Herald. It's magic.
Thank you, friend.
No problem.
Let's see. Hold on one sec. I need to read up on something real quick when it comes to spell casting in combat.
It's hard.
Successful attack. Yeah, it's very difficult.
What do you want to know about spellcasting in combat?
So they get an attack of opportunity if a spell is cast in melee combat,
Right.
and if they hit you when
The
you
spell
cast
fails.
It just fails.
It just fails.
Yeah, so usually you want to get away from the person, or provoke.
Which is why I tend to, if I'm going to cast in melee, provoke everybody first, and then cast.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
It should be noted though, many spells do have this spell can be cast without triggering an attack of opportunity. So you might need to look for that.
You know
Yeah,
what
it
doesn't?
depends on the spell.
Mind Thrust.
No, Mind Thrust is definitely not one of those. However, Mind Thrust is not the only spell in Quartermaster Drosk's repertoire. It's definitely his
That'll
most
be-
damaging spell.
It'll be in the spell description if it doesn't provoke.
Indeed. Let me let's see. I almost said what the spell name was while I was typing it. Ha 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 ha.
Is it Cosmic Eddie, Seth?
It's not.
Are you bringing out
Eddie.
Cosmic Eddie?
No, Cosmic. I didn't invite Cosmic
We are
Eddie.
too low.
Dude.
Only Ethereal Frank.
Serial Frank.
This is a
So
this
the
is
deal
a
with
small
this one-
throwback. Oh, go ahead.
So this is Force Blast, which, from what I'm reading, does not say you can cast it in combat.
You mean
though
in
it's
melee?
Even though it's a cone, right? Yeah, in melee.
It's
But
like
yeah, either
burning
way,
hands.
he's gonna try to cast it. So, go ahead and take your attacks.
Okay.
Are you sure he doesn't want to move before casting?
Where would he move?
Anywhere.
But he would still be attacked either way. So.
Yeah, but he would be
Right,
attacked
but
during
if
the
you
move
provoke-
instead of during the spell.
Right.
Oh, right. Okay. Well.
Well, we've already rolled the attacks.
Yeah. Okay. That is 8 point. So.
So Ninden rolled a 12 for 10 damage, but I don't think the 12 hits. Oh no, we're flanking, so it's a 14.
Still not quite a hit.
Oh, I thought a 14 had hit before.
Oh, is that EAC?
Yes.
Yeah, then that does hit.
Okay. Then that is 10 points of acid and bludgeoning, ruining his.
I failed to understand what you meant by provoking the attack first. So that's on me. Well, I guess he doesn't do anything then. That will.
This is how you learn to play casters.
There's also a 23 to hit from Gur for 12 damage.
Wait, I just realized I skipped Kaylin. I'm sorry, Kaylin. Would you like to do something?
Oh, you did skip me.
New
My
T-shirt.
bad.
I skipped Kaylin. I forgot Kaylin.
Just the worst. I'm gonna throw another box at that spider.
Oh no, Chunk!
But he's already trying to retreat.
Oh.
He
Pray for Chunk.
surrendered.
Oh, Chunk is trying to retreat. Oh, I forgot.
Well,
got
you missed.
distracted.
You missed.
I
either
missed
way,
anyway.
so.
He skitters under the box deftly, and I'll move up
Congrats.
into the room here. Boo. Not really.
All right. And then Drosk tried to do his thing.
Even
and
past
then...
Chunk.
And
If he wants an attack of
two
opportunity, he
attacks
tries
of
to run away.
opportunity.
No, Chunk does not attack you.
All right then.
So that'll be Ninden's turn.
All right. Ninden is going to full attack this fool.
Okay.
Yes. Headbutt, and then a punch.
Okay.
Both
Oh.
of them, well, that's a 12 and a 13, so both of them miss. Man, Ninden sucks at full attacks.
No,
Very
and he's
disappointing.
landed crits on full attacks before, so that's
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing.
All
All right, well, that's my turn.
Indeed. So Chunk is going to attempt to skitter into the hallway to the south. I don't know if either of you have an attack that could be used as an attack of opportunity as he tries to run past, but if you do you attempt to use it?
No. Mouse is happy to let him go. Oh, wait, do you mean this?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yep,
basically
no.
going to run that way. But I don't know if you have an attack ready that can be used as an
No, I
attack
don't.
of
It's
opportunity,
fine.
Mouse. Kaylin, I don't quite know. Do you have like a melee attack of some sort at the ready?
Do I think so? No, I don't.
Okay. Chunk gets away. Chunk lives to chunk another day.
Chunk another day.
He chunks away. All right, Gur, it's your turn.
Gur will also full attack, but this is again non-lethal, and that's a
Non-lethal.
19 to hit with the first one and 9 to hit with the second one.
Okay. After this brutal beating he's been receiving, Drosk is indeed laid flat by that first attack, collapsing unconscious, mostly unconscious to the ground. You see he's losing consciousness, which will take us out of combat. Get us back to the music section so we can stop having these cool beats. As much as I love these cool beats, they're not appropriate most of the time.
You can only bring the most appropriate of beats.
Indeed.
Harald will say, "Oh, before we have any conversations, does someone want to disable that camera? It was very embarrassing."
Yeah, sure, Captain.
And she clambers up and disables the camera, wherever it is. I'm not sure.
Well, while
It's that
before you
scene
have
in
the
the other room.
opportunity to start doing the complex motions of disabling a camera, Drosk, who is collapsed on the ground and trying to lift himself up, you hear over the PA system, "Seriously?" And then Drosk, before your eyes, his collar, allegiance color, flashes, and you see him vaporize before your eyes.
Oh, I can't wait to take this one down.
So yeah, all of this Azur's gear is left with a pile of ash inside of it now, no longer occupied by a living creature.
Gur just slams his fists into the ground in rage.
He's
Throws
trying
some boxes around.
He's trying so hard.
He really is. Mama just like broke him.
So yeah, Gur's throwing boxes around, savage half-orc as he is.
Gur, we're going to stop her, and this is going to end. We're doing what we can, and you did a good job.
He just kind of nods and then starts looking around the room for something useful to do.
Just real quick, somebody is eating on the microphone.
Yeah, who's eating?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was on mute. I apologize. I'm the worst.
Wow.
Well, Gur, why don't you disable that camera?
Kaylin takes 5 GM damage.
I had those spicy sun chips in my pocket from earlier.
God. Sun chips.
In her pocket, no less.
Ugh. All right.
Give me some of your tots.
So if you look through this individual's gear, you see amongst it, you've got the allegiance collar. You have a controller for the sentry guns, which if you observe them, it appears that there's only the 2 sentry guns in the hallway to the south. So unless somebody's dumb enough to follow you into that hall, you doubt that you'd be able to use them effectively. And you find a set of keys, like brass, slender, flat keys.
That's
though,
unusual.
Looking at the time, it seems to me like this might be a good time to find the bathroom in real life. What do you guys think?
I like
Yeah,
that.
I think it's about that time.
Idea.
Okay. So we are going to go ahead and go to break. Be about 15 minutes. We'll come back around 5 after the hour. So We will see you then. Don't go anywhere.
Toodles.
Hello. We are still here. I mean, well, we were gone temporarily, but when we came back, you're still here. Some of you are still here. Most of you are still here. Thank you for still being here. Everybody's here now. How many times can I say the word here? Are we going to take bets?
At least
Let's
twice
find
more.
out. Here.
Here,
See,
You're
here.
here.
I didn't do it.
It's
That's
it's
the obvious
okay,
joke.
everybody. We know you're just here waiting for more chunk material.
Mhm.
Well-
I spent actually during the break. I called Owen Casey Stevens, in a panic. I said, "Yo, we need more chunk. Get in touch with Crystal. Make another book. We need a book 7 of Dawn of Flame, The Return of Chunk."
Rise
Return of
Chunk.
Chuck.
Rise of Chunks.
Chunk.
The
Gross.
chunk awakens, and it goes on and on.
Yeah, it's no new adventure, first adventure path that is for character levels 13 through 20. Rise of Chunk, coming to
It's
you
better with
next
Rise of.
year.
It's better plural. It's better plural.
Rise of the Chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only one chunk. There can't be a second.
No,
chunk.
that's his master plan. He's cloning
Gross.
himself.
Gross.
You're gross.
He doesn't even need to clone himself. He's a spider. He can literally like brew thousands in one go.
He's an elemental. He's not a spider.
He's an elemental spider.
Elemental.
Yeah, and if he really is a he, then he's
Well, I don't know.
likely to get eaten by his mate.
Yeah.
Well,
They-
sounds
Well,
like a good
and
time to
imagine-
me.
Imagine how scary that mate would be that could eat Chunk, the inimitable Chunk.
Oh,
So
God.
really what we're looking at is the bride of Chunky.
Oh yeah. That's good.
Bride
That's
of
a good one.
Chunky. Nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well
let's
played.
just end the
Oh my
episode with that
God.
one.
Do you guys want
I
to? Do you
think-
guys want to play some more Starfinder? Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
alright. Yeah, alright.
yes.
Alright.
I'm content just making more puns, but whatever you guys want to do.
We'll just do that. That'll be the show. People tune in and we just make puns back and forth. That's all we do.
Harold,
What
will-
do we do
Skyrockets.
When we left off, we had just wrapped up a fight. The crew of the Fortune's Full had a ship that we have not seen for 8 episodes. Had just finished fighting an Azur in this supply room, and after attempting to spare his life, it was summarily ended by Meiji via the Allegiance Collar. They found some bits and bobs amidst his gear, but perhaps most interestingly, a set of brass keys. And it appears to me that Herald and Gur are in the southeastern corner of this room investigating a door.
yeah, we open it.
Okay. You don't, because it's locked.
Well, I use some keys. I use a key.
Okay,
Use
the
key
door does
on
have
door.
a keyhole, and it does open when
Yes.
you use the key.
Solve the
How
key puzzle.
archaic.
Yeah, I just went adventure game, point and click adventure game on your butt, on your
Good.
hiney.
Oh, nice, guys. We're going in order. E1, E2, E3.
Yeah,
E3.
it's-
Are there any
oh,
games
nice.
here?
No, they didn't have anything to show because this generation is about to end. So they talked about games that might be coming in the future. They told you they're working on games. We're not ready to show you Beyond Good and Evil 2 or Starfield. Sorry, come here next year. That's what it says.
We attack the developers.
That is a joke that only a couple people are gonna get. So we're as you enter this room, it appears to be a back room crammed with machinery and pipework. For most, it would be hell to remain in here for too long with the noise and the high levels of heat. but this is probably quite comfy for Azers and Ifrit alike. There's a pallet in the corner, here-ish, with a cushion made of woven metallic fiber. It might fetch a modest price if sold, roughly 15 credits. By the pallet are 2 crates.
I look in the crates.
I look in the other crate.
They don't open.
Ooh, I toss the keys into the
I-
uncomfortably hot room.
I look at the crates.
The crate appears to be a crate with a keyhole on the front.
You use keys on crate!
Ger
do you,
slowly puts away his crowbar and picks up the keys.
do you know
You
how this
pick up-
works?
You pick up the keys.
And you start trying to check them in the lock, see which one fits.
I don't recognize the command.
Say use key! Use!
Type you.
I press
Imagine-
F.
Imagine if I had to if I ran this game like a text part. That might be a fun one-shot experiment. Like if some writing up a D&D adventure where the DM acts like a text parser adventure game.
Oh
Where
no.
you have to say something extremely specific.
No, because those games frustrated the hell out of me.
Yeah,
when
I feel
was
like that
young.
would be funny for 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. Well, the bit's over. Yeah.
It might
so
work like in a room of a dungeon, but that's about it.
like if you're globetrotting through like alternate realities or something, and like you just very briefly encounter a room that behaves like a text parser.
Or it's
Yeah.
it's like a puzzle room
Right.
where you have to
Locked
get past an
door.
AI.
You bump into a wall. Anyway, yeah, you can use the keys to open these crates. Inside one of the crates, you find 20 platinum trading bars. Each of these is worth roughly 50 credits.
Holy cow.
I would like a culture check if I could.
I'll take one out and throw them to whoever has a higher culture, Herald or Kaylin.
For all
What do you
those
mean?
25.
Herald
Ninden types,
desire.
Ninden types use key, to which the response is, use key on what?
Ger gets a natural 20 on his culture check for a grand total of 21.
But can't you only use a culture, or are you trained in culture?
Oh, do you have to be trained? I thought culture was
Yeah,
untrained.
You do
No,
have to be
culture is
trained in
trained.
culture, which is weird, right?
That is honestly so
Yeah.
weird. Okay, fine.
That is
Ger
so bizarre.
is absolutely not trained in culture, so that 20 rolls off into the ether.
I think
Well,
I'm
what it
not-
is with cultures, you can, if it's the DC is under 10,
Yeah.
I believe it might be 5. You can make it untrained, but if
It's probably
if the DC
5.
is higher than that, you can't. Which is why the theme bonuses are phrased the way they are,
Yeah,
lowering the DC instead of giving you a bonus,
yeah.
because then it essentially makes that limit go up to like 50.
Oh, I always
I
wondered.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Herald super knows what's going on here. So, you know that these bars are typically used by traders from the Plane of Fire, and their exchange is mostly seen here in Corona, specifically in the Brass Bazaar. You notice that these have no information on them regarding to who printed the bars, which is something that you tend to see in criminal or underhanded trades or organizations.
Just seems like illicit currency used by people whose hands catch money on fire. Oh wait, no, we use credits. Whose hands melt cred sticks.
Interesting. Ger pulls the crate out into the room. Oh no, hold on, just upends it into
the null space chamber.
Is that just one of the 2 crates?
Yeah, there is a second crate, which is...
Please be guns.
No, it is full of 48 Sheelite gems, varying widely in color. Each is only worth about 10 credits.
Okay.
Well,
Still
take it.
sells.
Yep, still sells.
I don't suppose there's any way you can like sabotage the operation of this building from in there.
It just looks like a bunch of pipes and storage.
We can start banging on these pipes if you want. See if that gets
Yeah.
anything.
I could cause a leak. Was
It's
a
a-
bit of an engineering joke.
It's a bedroom, Captain. I'm sorry.
Well, if you would like to try to make some sense of that idea from Herald's suggestion, you can make an engineering check, and I will reveal information to you.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, I'm not crazy.
I just assumed by the description. Well, Gur got a 21. So after
Mouse
making
got
his
a
dumb joke, he actually looks
17.
around and
Right. So, again, this has been established a few times. These domes were not built by the people who currently live here. So all these rooms on the lower levels of each of the bubbles of the archipelago served some other purpose previously. So these pipes are actually probably feeding to all kinds of buildings around the neighborhood, and this just happened to be a node at some point for some sort of purpose. These are probably just to regulate different steam-powered mechanisms, as well as heating, air conditioning, water flow, that kind of thing. You don't believe that sabotaging any of the machinery or the pipes in this room will directly affect this facility in any kind of meaningful way.
All right.
Sorry, Captain.
so yeah.
No, it's easy to forget that, this entire city was built on another city. Let's just move
Kind
through.
of fascinating, really.
Yes. This should lead to the hallway that we came in, I believe.
We use the keys on these doors.
The door opens, it doesn't. Well, actually, yeah. It's locked from the inside. You can open it without the keys. Boop. A message pops up that says, "This key is no longer useful. Would you like to discard it?"
Oh, yes, thank you.
We just leave them in the lock.
Shall we check this northern door?
Sure.
Indeed. So, as you enter this room, actually, to the eastern side, you see a peculiar sight. It looks like the metal layers from the floor and above and below have been collapsed and fused together in the rest of this hall. The concrete that's been lining the walls is kind of melted with the metal in some sort of slag that gives it now the appearance of like cooled magma. Since you did encounter the Thakwas above, you believe that they might have been used to collapse this hallway and form this barrier.
Weird.
So,
Cool.
No, hot. Very, very hot.
would you like to open the northern door that you are all
Yes.
standing next to?
Yes, I would.
It opens.
Ah.
There's no lock. It doesn't resist your attempt.
Okay.
This room appears to have a great many pipes running through the ceiling. Guessing from the angle, Gur, you think that these are routed from a club above and served various purposes for the establishment. Oh wait, hold on one sec. I was making sure I was reading the correct one. To the southwest, there's a large pile of soot and gravel, very similar to that you found in the pool above on the upper level. Some of the bits of rock are quite large. It's kind of a wonder what it's doing here, aside from like maybe being food for the Thakwas, maybe. To the northwest is an electronic console of some kind. Upon examination, it appears to be a console that allows someone to punch in some details and generate holographic projections. Pairing this information with the large number of scorch marks that you see on the eastern wall, it would seem that this room is used for target practice for a small militia. Yes.
Ninden walks up to the computer and can he operate it? Can he put holographic images on the wall?
Yeah, there's some basic ones that you can call up, like different authority figures or different gangs that are in the Corona area, kind of mock-ups of these folks that you can queue up.
Judging from the images of officers of the law and whatnot, they don't seem to be big fans of law folk.
Ooh, have we been programmed in there yet?
No, not yet.
No, we're not that important.
Disappointing.
Can we spend a half hour customizing our characters
No.
to then put them up on the wall?
Nice. Worth it.
Half an hour? That's not long enough, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, you're right. At least an hour for a Monster Hunter character.
Thank you.
What's this to the north?
Okay.
That doesn't look like a door.
Indeed, it is not a door. Let's see here. To the northeastern corner of this room, you see, in a way that kind of resembles the melted slag that you saw in the southern hallway that was used to fuse the hallway together, you instead see a bored tunnel. It is reading a magazine, and it doesn't appear to be very excited. But it has a similar appearance to the southern corridor in that it looks like the Thakwas might have been used to make this new tunnel. Apparently, whoever has taken up residence here didn't appreciate the tactical layout of the way it was before, and has opted to create a passageway up here instead. It's kind of a do-it-yourself hallway in a way.
Bit of a control freak.
Shall we,
Sure.
Oh, you couldn't tell from the way that she kills her subordinates when they displease her instantaneously? Yeah, I think she's got some control issues.
So it appears that Ninden is going into the tunnel, followed by Hervald and Mouse. Could the three of you please provide
You
me a
don't
perception
see
check? I'm sorry?
Gur's in there. It might be taking
Oh.
a little bit.
It took a moment. All right. Yes, anybody who is entering the hall, please give me a perception check.
oh, got an 11.
26.
24.
Gur got a 7, which is pretty good for Gur, actually. He usually rolls 2s and 3s.
Gerald, you notice something off about the hallway, but Mouse, you immediately recognize that there is a trap.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It
Oh, no.
appears to be an alarm connected to an additional device. The exact design of the device is difficult to discern. If you would like to try and disable the thermal sensor attached to it, I would like an engineering check.
Okay. Mouse,
That's
I will assist you with a 23.
Okay. Yes, you find the sensor located in the wall, and you are able to disable it, so you think that the trap will not go off. You are certain the trap will not go off. I'm sorry, I
Thank
realized
you.
there was ambiguous wording there.
All right. Ninden looks silently at Mouse and raises his what stand for eyebrows on the vest.
Right.
Probably like a ridge of horns along the brow.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's cool.
Well, I think we're good to go in.
Shh.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah. Would you like to make a stealth check, Gur?
Might as
Oh
well.
my gosh.
I mean, of course. Nothing could possibly go wrong with a negative 1.
Oh yeah, I remember when he tried to stealth in that previous episode when he was captured.
Hiding
That
behind
didn't go
flower
so well.
pods.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
Mouse did a 19.
I guess I'll just stay
Um,
back so I don't have to roll.
Ninden got a 30.
I think
Indeed.
the J's up anyway.
As you look to the east, you see what appears to be a pair of rooms connected by a broad archway that has been appropriated as barracks. You see a set of double bunks that have been put in the room farthest east, and it appears that the blankets on these double bunks have been draped over to provide some sort of cover. In the middle, between these rows of bunks, are two Ifrit soldiers who have their guns aimed into the hallway, and they bark at you to stand down and do not come any closer.
Oh, I don't think that'll really be necessary. And then Ninden charges.
Okay, let's go into combat. Let's see.
Right? Like that was the right choice here, right? Party?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Ninden and Gur. We both got a
Oh,
19 on
boy.
initiative.
I did even worse.
Oh no.
It's a 6th time.
Ninden and Kerr, bros for life, getting the same. You got the same initiative in a previous fight, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Today, no less. We both rolled like a 23 or something.
Yeah. That's craziness.
We are the Bash Bros. What can I say?
Dash Bros.
My
Dash
name's Jose.
Let's see,
No one see that Lonely Island thing.
I didn't
now what?
hear what you
Alright,
said.
fine. I said, oh, maybe I didn't press my push to talk. I said, my name's Jose.
I'm not
Nah,
familiar.
still nothing. I did hear that. I just
Oh.
didn't get what you.
Alright, it's the Lonely Island thing. Then you say like, and I'm Mark, and alright. Just go to Netflix or whatever.
Sure.
Just go to Netflix or whatever. Oh my gosh. That is 2 bad guys that have rolled a 1 on their initiative.
That's awesome.
Haha!
Suck it, nerd.
One. Perfect.
Yeah. Crow Space Boy. Pretty great.
What's up?
Crow Space Boy typed in the Twitch chat. Erden are running together, arms over each other's shoulders, ready to deliver a tag team clothesline or a bros line.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
I
Bro,
require
that-
art of this.
Not
Yeah.
okay. Well, Crow did do that drawing of Gur, which I guess I haven't gotten permission from him directly whether we are allowed to share that or not. I guess this is a good time. Hey, Crow, can we post that on our social media? Like, can we show people that cool picture of Gur that you drew?
Honestly, it's super cool. I love it.
We officially have fan art. How cool is that?
Pretty pronkin' awesome.
Woo!
Yeah. All right.
I thought you really captured his brooding essence. All right, I'll climb out of my own ass now.
All right. So the one of the 2 kneeling brass dragons appears to be quite ready to fire and levies a shot at Gur since he's most easy to shoot in this current arrangement. Oh my dear God! Hey, question.
Yes, it hits, Tates.
Are you sure? Let me hold on. Let me double check. Okay, that no, that's an attack roll of 25 against EAC. Let's see. That's fine. You only take it's an azimuth laser rifle.
Okay.
So as it fires, you only take 2 fire damage. So whatever.
Oh,
That's-
I did have time to install that thermal capacitor, so I take no
Oh, you
damage.
take no damage. Oh, did you have time to do that?
I
Were
don't know,
too
I guess
busy
it's up to
being
you.
haunted by the ghosts?
Did that happen before 10 minutes? I guess you're right.
Well, it's easy to say that you installed it at some point because you did take another 10-minute rest. We didn't establish that. The party did take a 10-minute break after fighting Quartermaster Drosk. Back in
Oh,
the
I
evening,
didn't even
so-
realize we did that. Then he would have done it then because he didn't spend a resolve.
Oh, would you like to have spent a resolve to get your stamina back?
Negative. I'm at decent stamina, but
Indeed.
we'll say he installed it then and take no damage.
Okie doke. Ninden.
All right, Ninden's brain has desperately been looking up the stats on charging. So there's a penalty, correct, for charging?
It's a -4 up to the attack. I'm pretty sure.
It's supposed to be a
-4 to
straight
the
line,
attack.
which you can't do.
Yeah, you can't do a charge in your current configuration.
Now,
Oh man,
Gur can he? You can move up to 4 times your speed, or is it just 2 times your?
Two
two
times.
times.
Damn. Okay, so
Alright.
he can't then.
I don't
Well,
think it's
it's
a
all-
-4 to the attack, is it?
No, it's a
Might just be a
2.
-2. I thought
think
it was a
it's
-4. I thought it was like
It's
full
a-
attacking.
I think it's a -2 to both your attack and to your AC. I want to say.
So-
Anyway, we'll look it up.
Okay.
Well, it's
this
also
is-
irrelevant. So
I
This
also
is a
know
solid-
that Ninden can't do it on this turn, so if somebody wants to
Yes.
look that up while Ninden does whatever
Exactly.
he does.
Ninden,
Yeah, I have it here.
is this a solid thing here?
It's a footlocker. You can walk over it.
Okay, but I cannot charge over it to this
Right.
person. So
No, well,
right,
you have
fine.
you have a little outcropping on the wall in front of you that is difficult terrain that would make
I
you
see.
charge. Yeah.
okay, fine. Then Ninden moves over here and draws his dinky little pistol, and he's going to take a shot at, we'll say, red.
As you advance forward, you get to see behind the draped blankets on the bunks, and you see that there are more soldiers lying in wait with their swords drawn, looking ready to ambush.
Oh, excellent. Ninden calls over his shoulder, "Gur, get ready for the boom!" and shoots at Red with a static arc pistol for a 22 to hit for 5 points of electricity damage.
Oh my gosh, indeed, that is going to hit. That was a static arc, you said?
Static arc, yes, so electric.
Indeed. I just had to play the right sound effect.
Yes, thank you.
So
That will be all mine.
you're welcome. And as you shoot the brass dragon soldier, he goes, "Thank you." Taking 5 damage.
Finally,
Thank you, sir. May I
somebody
have
with,
another?
finally, somebody with manners. Ugh.
Somebody with nanners? Gur, it's your turn.
Yeah, manners, all right?
Shut up. Oh my god. Gur is going to run up to here, and as he does, he is drawing his improvised Mark II sticky grenade and throwing it right about there.
Okay.
I require-
What's the radius on that?
I believe it is 20 feet. Where? Oh my god, it's right here. Sorry,
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm like looking for my book, and it's literally underneath my computer. Sticky bomb grenade, range 15 feet.
Okay.
So I'm throwing it
From
where
here?
Dinden's saying there's guys trying to come out. So probably like right here,
Okay. Cool.
right there, and it's going to be a DC 11-13 since it's a level 4.
Okay. And this prevents them from moving, right?
I believe it's entangled for 2d4 rounds.
2d4. That's insane.
Yes, indeed, because it's the Mark II.
Gotcha.
Sticky bomb grenade 2. Yep.
And what kind of save is
exploded.
it? Reflex.
Reflex, yes. And I'll go ahead and roll the rounds now, because somebody's bound to fail. I hope. Might be jinxing myself. Oh, that's just 3 rounds. But, there you go.
All right. What's the entangled condition do? It just slows you down, I think.
I'm not
Page
entirely certain. I just have to
275.
press entangled on my little list here.
Impedes your movement, but does not entirely prevent you from moving. You move at half speed, you cannot run or charge, and you take a -2 penalty to your AC attack rolls, reflex saving throws, initiative checks, and dexterity-based skill and ability checks.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, well, I guess you don't get to really see, but you do see that the brass dragon at the very end, the one that was just shot by Ninden's pistol, is also now entangled
Fantastic.
by your grenade. And also, this room just got really gross.
Oh, yeah. It's covered in like a weird white paste.
So, yeah, all these blankets and stuff. I probably wouldn't sleep here anymore if I could avoid it.
At least I ruined their bedroom, if nothing else.
Yeah, take that. If these beds weren't sticky before, they're sticky now. Herald, it's your turn.
Ew.
Grass. What does Herald want to do?
What does Herald want to do?
Wrong tool. Herald steps forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll shoot that entangled gentleman.
It's like, sir, could you please help? I'm entangled.
12 to hit EAC. He has a -2 to his AC from entangled.
Indeed. That would have been a hit normally, so it's super hits. Yeah, he gets a big face full of electricity. He's sitting there like trying to get this sticky material off of him, and he just gets shot in the head by a lightning bolt, basically.
Pew.
All right. All right. Sensing that things are not going super well. Suddenly, a soldier comes running out from behind the covers and attempts to hit Ninden with a flaming longsword. Ooh, goodness. Yeah, that's going to be 26 versus KAC. That's definitely a hit.
Oh, sure.
But don't worry, it's only 6 fire and slashing damage.
6 damage, you say?
Indeed.
That
know if
is
that's quite
not
enough
the
to
correct
kill you.
number, but that's fine. I'll take it.
All right. Mouse.
All right, Mouse is going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And she's gonna. Does green have soft cover?
Yeah, in this case, it definitely would have soft cover.
Does red have soft cover?
Yes.
Fine.
We're
she's
dealing with
just
a lot of cover right now.
Yeah, I know. It's very annoying.
You could double move, pull out
Yeah.
your longsword, and flank.
I don't have a long sword.
Flanking buddies.
You have some sort of sword.
I do have a
You have a dueling sword?
I do have my dueling sword. Fine, I'll do that.
Just real
So
quick question, is this
brave.
music too loud? It feels really loud.
Maybe just
You can turn it down a
hair.
smidge.
I'll turn it down.
It's
a
pretty
little.
rockin' though.
It's cool music. I just
I was
Yeah,
gonna
it
say, I
is.
don't think it's too loud. I think it's good.
All right, I'll just turn it down a little bit, just a little tiny hair.
just
Just a scotch.
a very thin hair.
Mhm. All right, so
Oh,
Mouse,
watch
you
out,
have,
the hair's hopping away.
you have approached the soldier and are you have your sword drawn.
Yes.
What route did you take? Did you walk through this square or this square to get there? I guess you would have had to.
I would have had to, yeah.
Can you make me an acrobatics check?
Wah!
Okay, you're
She
good.
tumbles with 24.
Indeed,
She's
she
so
manages
spry.
to get past it. So you are not hit by the attempted retaliatory attack from your approach. Halen, there's fighting going on to the east.
There is indeed. I'm going to move up here behind Harald and Gur, right into the entrance of the room, and I'll cast my Wisp ally on
Okay.
green here to provide. I'll use it to provide harrying fire against that one. Here's the harrying fire block reference. The next person to try and hit it is going to get +2. As this little wisp starts zooming around Green's head.
Yes.
Alrighty. That will bring us here. Another soldier comes out, as well as. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. They both go at the same time, so I just kind of thought I would do a cool thing, but that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to keep abiding by the rules of the game. Blue is going to try to hit Mouse with a similarly flaming sword. Let's see here.
You're the DM, man. You do not need to abide by the rules of the game.
Yeah, they both take their turn at the same time, and they fly now, and they shoot laser beams from their eyes.
Oh no!
Does a 16 hit your KAC, Mouse?
I actually happen to know
Yes.
that laser eyes are 1d3, so yeah, sure, they can have laser eyes.
That's fine. This
This
is
is fine.
acid. It's acid lasers. Your thermal capacitor does nothing here. Let's see. Yeah, so that is going to be a hit, and you take 8 fire and slashing damage, Mouse, as this
Ouch.
sword swings down into your shoulder. Bring us to this other soldier here. Who jumps around the corner with her own flaming sword, attempting to hit Ninden with it.
Oh, I see.
I'm going to imagine that it's not going to hit. Let me see here. Oh, hold on. 19 KAC?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll give you your entropy point, buddy. That is going to be 10 fire and slashing damage as she hits you with her sword.
Okay, like I'm happy that I get an entropy point, but I'm also not happy that I'm losing stamina. So this is a mixed feeling.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely the slog that drains your stamina before the boss fight. You know what I mean?
Oh, classic. Yep.
It's
yep.
a classic. It's a classic. That
Must
will
be
bring us
done.
Brass Dragon's going to try to shoot through soft cover. The blue is going to try to shoot Mouse. Big miss. Let me get the sound effect anyway.
Heck yeah.
'cause the gun was still shot. It was still fired, turns out. Oh, well, yeah, the other one shoots too, so that's appropriate. Trying to hit Ninden. Let's see. It's a cool track. I like the song.
I'm worried about how much math Seth is doing. Are you guys worried about how much
I'd
math
see.
Seth is
This is
doing?
why, yeah, it's a lot of math. I'm not good at it. I'm not
It's
great
word
at it.
problems. You're great at these.
It is kind of word problem. You need to shoot a giant lizard that is also an entropic wizard through an ally. If the laser is traveling at a rate of it tries to shoot you. I believe that is a 19 versus EAC, and then
With my soft cover from 2 enemies being in front of me, that does not hit because I get a +2 to my AC. Yes.
oh, I'm sorry. I subtracted
+4.
from the attack roll.
Oh, a +4.
Which is the wrong way to do it. So if I'm not subtracting from the attack roll, what that actually is a 23 versus EAC. Before adjusting for the soft cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
Don't
the
worry.
point of my armor?
Oh my god. Okay.
He doesn't
yeah.
have one.
He rolled max damage on this azimuth laser rifle, doing 8 damage to everyone's favorite Vanguard vest.
No!
8 damage.
8.
That's a lot of damage,
Fire
and I get another
damage.
entropy point.
Okay.
How you looking, Ninden?
I'm down half of my stamina already, which is
Kind of surprising, actually.
feels bad.
We can deal.
Yeah. All right, Ninden.
Feels bad, man.
A fully entropied up Ninden is contending with 2 melee combatants.
Yeah.
One of which has a wisp ally flitting about it, annoying it.
I'm tempted to attack the one with Wisp Ally, but I also kind of want to kill Red, so then I can get into flanking position with Green, but I don't think I'm going to drop Red this turn, so I'm just going to attack the Wisp Ally one.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it twice.
Okay.
Hiya!
Get them crits.
That's a 19 to hit with the Wisp Ally.
Yep.
So for 8 points of, we'll say, acid damage.
Okay.
And then the second one is his tail comes around and just delivers a bludgeoning attack of it 20 for 9 bludgeoning damage
Okay.
on Green.
So the first one is acid damage, the second one is just pure bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, I figured I'd just confuse you just a little bit more.
Okay. It actually appears that the damage from your first attack is absorbed a little bit.
Son of a...
What?
All right.
The Silly are partially elemental beings, so they have some resistances, it turns out. However,
Yeah, oh, Sully, right, they're like Azamar.
kind of, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
So they actually, both of these attacks do connect. Probably not surprising, but indeed, you bloody this individual with these 2 attacks, despite the fact that the first one is resisted slightly. Bringing us to Gur.
Alrighty, Gur's gonna step up here, and he's gonna just try to punch her right across the face.
Okie dokie.
I'm in favor
The
of this.
24 to hit for 15 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
Which one are you attacking? Red?
Green.
Green, okay. So it's actually 26 to hit for 15 damage.
Hey.
No, the
Yeah.
wisp only
Oh
attacks
no,
once.
the wisp only is the next one.
Oh,
not
wait.
all of them.
That's right. Sorry. It is, sorry, it's only a 24, Gur, which is a miss. I'm joking. It immediately bloodied. Wait, hold on. No, you did damage to Green and then.
yes,
Yeah.
both of my attacks were on Green.
Hey, what is the state of this attack, Gur?
They're all non-lethal.
Okay. Yeah, she gets knocked out cold.
Excellent.
Nice. Good shot, Gur. Nice. Well placed.
I've been learning from the best.
Oh. Oh.
From the Vest.
All right, this is no time for a moment, guys.
Ninden misses his next turn. Herald.
There's no time for a moment, although you're both doing great. You especially, Ninden. Just taking all the hits for us. I really appreciate it personally. And this inspires Ninden to keep doing so, restoring 11 stamina.
Thank you, Captain. That is my self-professed job. Just glad
I'll kind of
someone's
wiggle
noticing.
down to the south part of the room.
does he like flatten against the wall, like actually flatten against it? Just
No, I turn into like a beach ball and I roll across the floor.
good.
What is wrong with you?
With all the colors of your outfit.
Walk like a normal bed.
All right, Green is on the ground, unconscious, bringing us to Mouse.
All right.
No.
Mouse is going to use a standard action to activate her energy shield, giving
Oh.
her her intelligence modifier plus mechanic level of temporary hit points.
Oh, hey.
So basically, like serendipity, like spreads out from her little avatar that's always floating above Mouse's shoulder to form a rainbow shield.
Now, is this temporary hit points or temporary stamina points?
Temporary hit points.
Okay, so if you lose your stamina, it starts going into the temporary hit points after that?
No, I think force fields just work like you lose them first, right?
I think temporary hit points go in front of stamina.
Either way, it's a shield. That
It's
would
a
be conceivably hit before it hit Mouse.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense if it goes any other direction. So.
Oh, you haven't lost all your stamina yet. I can't help you.
Right.
That's the weird thing about having hit points and then stamina
That'd
that
be very
gets
strange.
lost before hit points, but then like temporary hit points, which made more sense when there were only hit points. Like the wording. is a
Yes,
little
it is.
funky.
It is indeed subtracted from temporary hit points before stamina.
Good. That is the way that makes
I,
sense.
I checked the rules.
Just call them temporary points and call it a day.
Yeah.
Are they?
Right.
Is it in a book called Da Rules? All right, never mind. Sorry.
Da rules. You gotta read the rules. All right. so
From
Mouse
Jorgen
has-
von Strangle?
So Mouse has this shield. That took a standard action, right?
Yep.
How long does it last?
It lasts a minute per mechanic level.
Oh wow, you've got that for a while now.
Yeah,
Okay.
so for forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's gonna use, and then she's gonna use her move action,
Serendipity.
and the shield goes, "Yes, Mavskalini." It's a little bit louder, and the whole thing vibrates as she talks.
Oh, wow.
And she'll put designated target on blue.
All right. You got it. Kaylin.
I'll use my move action to put the wisp on red,
Okay.
and then with my standard action, I will. You know what? I'll throw something at it. Bludgeoning damage seems to be the key here. So I'll throw a chair at it with a 19 to bludgeoning damage.
Oh yeah. The chair impacts the Suli soldier. You're hitting. Wait, are you hitting red? With that?
Yes, red.
Okay, so does that use up your Wisp ally attack?
Yeah, yeah. it would.
Okay.
I guess you could change the order. Shoot and then move the wisp. If you don't want to use it up for your attack and want to save it for like Ninden.
No, it's it's always the next one.
Okay. Got it.
I can't change it. So
We can
yeah,
do
that
it.
uses up my wisp for the turn.
Okay, got it.
And
Hey, it's
that's
only
it.
fair because you stuffed my spellcaster. So yeah, that does impact for 2 damage, which will bring us to blue. Seeing the shield on Mouse, it's like, appears to be a challenge, and she's ready for it. So she thinks, taking a couple attacks against Mouse. Oh my gosh. That would be 19 against KAC twice. I rolled 2 15s.
Ouch, but okay. So how many hit points is that?
The first attack is 10 slashing damage.
Holy cow! I'm so glad I had that shield up.
It was a smart move.
Okay.
And the
So that's-
second attack is 6 damage, so a total of 16. 10
Okay.
to 6. Yep.
All right. So, yeah. The shield kind of cracks and then shatters into pretty sparkles
Oh,
that reform into serendipity
Serendipity.
floating over the
Jeez.
ground.
And that's how
I'm sorry, Mouse
Serendipity
Flea,
died.
I did my best.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so yeah, gotcha.
so was that 8 damage that went through to Mouse? Is that how that
Yeah,
worked out? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I thought I was mathing right. Turns out I was mathing right. You mathing good. All right, let's see. The soldier to the north is going to attempt to do the same thing to Ninden. Gosh. Actually, that might not. 20 versus KAC? Oh, I think that might meet.
That meets because yes.
Oh, God,
You're, Seth, you're just the worst. No, this is fine. Ninden needs to be hit.
He needs to be punished. I've been a
Well,
bad
that's not what I said.
Oh no.
Let's
yeah,
not go
so
there.
That'd be 9 slashing damage to Ninden.
Okay.
It's one attack lands.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend an entropy point to have that. So.
Okay. So
Yeah.
5
That's,
damage or 4?
4 because you round down.
Yeah, you round down, so you take
Yeah.
4 slashing damage.
Okay. Cool.
And I think back to the brass dragons. Blue sees an opening on Gur now that doesn't have soft cover on this unconscious person. Gonna try and take a shot. 23 versus EAC.
Hits.
Right. Takes a shot with that azimuth laser rifle, dealing 2 damage.
Dealing no damage.
Oh, right. That's right. Indeed. Would have been. This is what could have been, Gur.
2 damage.
Indeed, and never will be. Red is also going to try to take a shot with 16 EAC. I feel like
Still
that.
hits.
Okay, dealing 6 fire damage, so 1.
1. This one burns a little.
The capacitor isn't able to quite mitigate
Yeah.
all that fire, which will bring us back to Ninden.
Can Ninden, shifting 5-foot guarded, step down here onto the dead body of Green?
Just unconscious, but yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
He does
excuse
that.
you.
And not for long.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Because I don't. Yeah, you're right, Simon. I want to be closer to Mouse to possibly interfere with Blue's attack.
there you go.
Everyone wants to be closer to Mouse, but she holds everyone at an emotional distance.
So
It's the
distant.
hedgehog's dilemma.
Yes.
Oh, we need to talk about hedgehogs later.
Oh,
Remind me.
buddy, we do.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to dash, but we'll talk at some point. We're not getting
Okay.
him for a while.
Okay.
Spoilers. So I'm attacking red once with an entropic headbutt. It's a 3 on the die for a 10 to hit. So I
Alright.
just stand there like a meat shield.
All right.
You're our favorite meat shield.
Indeed. Gur.
Aww.
Gur is gonna go there, attempting to tumble
Okay.
with a 14.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it.
Tripping, tumbling, oh.
Let's see. What is that attack roll? That is 19 versus KAC.
Hits.
I know. I'm not supposed to be rolling well. That's why you guys wanted me to be the GM. I always roll like crap. Except
I
when
know,
I'm
I'm-
trying to kill Gur, apparently.
Kind of upset about it, but not really, because I like it that when Gur gets close to death.
Because he gets to
I
have
mean,
a cool
wait,
moment
hold
like
on.
in the episode with the draws.
Yes, that's why.
That'd be 11 damage to Gur slashing.
Okay, how much of it is fire and how much of it is slashing?
Only slashing. They only get to do the fire slashing thing once a day.
Oh, okay, so it's all slashing. Balls.
Ninden will spend his reaction to interfere and take some of that damage.
Okay.
Don't you have to be adjacent to Gar?
He was here when he
When the
took the
attack
attack of
happened,
opportunity.
yeah.
Got it.
So I'll take 6, you take 5.
Okay. Sounds fair.
And then I guess I'll go ahead and do what I was gonna do and punch this guy in the throat. It's gonna be a throat punch.
Do it.
It's a 23 for max damage of 17.
Oh my god.
Goodness gracious!
Yeah. That is non-lethal.
Yes.
Yeah. This individual also goes down.
Wow.
Yes. This attack brought to you by Ring of Fangs. Ring of Fangs, not just good for biting.
Incredible. All right. That will bring us to Herald.
All right, Mouse. I know that you're feeling a little bit demoralized because your first shield ever broke almost instantly, but I want you to know that it was the right call, and I'm proud of you.
That's all she's ever wanted to hear.
And you feel 10 stamina points better. Sorry, 11.
Ooh.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
And I piped my move action to Devnal.
There's a trash bin pretty close to you. This is kind of like a kitchen that you're standing in.
Oh,
so-
yeah, I put it in there then.
All right, cool. All right, does not move. Mouse.
All right. Mouse turns to her opponent, the blue, and smiles. It's a
Ooh.
little creepy.
It is.
So that's okay.
I'm
Good. And she is going to attack with the dueling sword using
Yep.
designated target. Ooh, with a full attack because she didn't have to move or anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
it's
for
a
them
19
crits.
and a 16.
Oh my gosh, those are both hits.
Wow.
Mouse goes Ginsu on this soldier,
And that's
bloodying
for 5
her
and
very
6.
quickly.
Yeah. A total of 13 damage.
Indeed. Which brings us to Kaylin. You think that Blue might not be around much longer from even a very slight attack.
Well, then I'll just go ahead and throw one of those footlockers at it with my telekinesis. Oh, and I'll miss.
Oh no, it's a miss.
And I'll use my move action to move the wisp. I'll put it on blue.
Okie doke.
Hope the next person hit it. And that's it for me.
Okie doke. Let's see. Blue is gonna keep trying to hit Mouse. Because the little gnome is swinging. Does Ninden want to take any kind of, or do you have any reactions left?
I have my daily use of reactive. I don't know.
If you want to use it right now. Oh wait, I think you
well,
used your daily use of it in the last episode, didn't you?
No, I used it in the museum, in fact, which was 2 episodes ago. That was
That's
the
right, that's
episode. Yes. So we have slept since then.
Okay. Yeah, so
I think.
that's first attack against Mouse is probably going to be a hit at 21 KAC.
Yep,
And
yep.
the next one's going to be a hit at 20 KAC. Holy
Oh,
cows.
gosh.
That is 10 slashing damage from the first attack and an additional 7 from the second. Dang.
Oh,
Woof.
okay.
Mouse getting chopped up just like Mouse was doing the chopping. It's a reciprocal chopping.
That gets into hit points, yeah?
Not quite.
Nice.
She's got 1 stamina left.
Oh.
All right. Now lacking a clear shot to Gur, these 2 soldiers at the end of the hall are going to take shots at Ninden.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. 23 versus EAC.
I'm just gonna take my armor off and throw it in the trash, and maybe
Honestly,
I'll
same,
double
though.
class. Maybe I'll multi-class into envoy or something.
I am rolling
Forget
so
Vanguard.
well. It's insane.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
The
What's
first
your damage, man?
The first one is 8 damage.
Man.
Fire damage to Ninden. The second attack is a miss, however. So you're good there. Ninda, it's your turn.
All right, great.
Blue's on their last
awesome.
legs. Blue Suli at
Ninda
least.
is going to punch Blue twice. No, once non-lethally. Man,
Oh
it's a 2 on the die. It's a natural 2.
no! Natural 2.
Okay. Well,
All right, that'll bring
could
us
have been nice.
Bring us to Gur.
Who is going to move down here now?
Actually, Gur, it's probably a waste of your damage to finish off the Suli. Do you want me to shoot her? I can get over there. You can delay. See how it goes.
Surely he's gonna just go and walk right past her up to this
Oh,
guy.
I was gonna
entangled
say
in.
I was gonna say delay, but okay.
Oh, what?
You can make it over there without provoking an attack of opportunity. You just have to make it through some difficult terrain, but you have enough movement to do it.
No, you know, I'm gonna delay. Gur's gonna wait and see what Herald has to do.
Yeah, because I
Or
might
wants to do.
miss. I might miss. That's very likely, honestly.
Are you gonna do a full attack?
No, so she has cover from here, I assume, right?
No, you can shoot at her. It's just gonna go through Mouse. She's gonna have soft cover.
Soft cover's a 4.
Yes.
Yeah, probably not worth it. Okay, I'll move up to here and aim around Ninden to shoot at her without any cover.
All right. You can do it. Don't roll really low.
I didn't.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Were you shooting non-lethally? No, I'm just joking.
No.
Yes, she definitely goes down from that attack.
All right, Gur, go!
Immediately triggered by the loss of heartbeat, she disintegrates, the allegiance color around her neck flaring up.
Oh,
Yes.
but that didn't happen to the other 2?
They
They're
only
not
are
dead.
unconscious.
Okay.
It appears that once the heartbeat stops, it's disintegration time.
Rough.
Gur, who are
Gur is
you
rolling.
leveraging? Who are you leveraging this attack against?
The entangled one,
Oh yeah, he non-lethal.
non-lethal,
It's like barely non-lethal. Like
barely. Yeah, he
you,
punches
you
him.
this individual has 3 hit points left, so like you try to take him out softly, but his head he stumbles backwards and his head rebounds off of the footlocker behind him, and
Hey,
then it
listen.
bounces off of the floor.
I said non-lethal. I didn't say without a concussion. Okay. Gonna have some drain damage.
Yeah, no, he is definitely very much unconscious.
Drain damage.
Mhm. All right, that'll bring us to Mouse. There's only one combatant left in the fight, it looks like.
Oh, hi.
Mouse will drop her sword, take out her auto target rifle, and just try shooting him without any help from Serendipity.
Okay.
All right, Serendipity. I've got.
Does she in fact got it with 12?
Against KAC?
Yes.
See? These guys are not super good, so it wouldn't surprise me. Yes, that is just a hit. Let's see
Oh
here.
wow.
For 9 piercing damage.
Yeah, these guys are not great. So 9 damage. Looks like he is on the verge of death.
Good job,
Yeah.
Mouse Galini. Because after all, Serendipity is really just there to cheerlead. I mean, she doesn't really
Indeed.
have an ego. It's kind of
That's
nice.
Herald's shtick.
That will bring us to Kaylin.
All right. I will move my wisp to the last guy. My move action, and then I will toss another one of these footlockers at him. It's a 21 to hit for 4
Oh, yeah.
bludgeoning damage. As it flies through the air.
That's not non-lethal, is it?
No.
Yeah. So this box goes flying through the air, and cracks him right between the horns, and you can see as the front of his head splits open a little bit, and he just collapses in a heap on the ground, being vaporized shortly afterward. Indeed, combat has ceased.
Gur is going to kneel down and try and get that collar off the guy directly in front of him as fast as possible with an engineering check, hopefully, before he can disintegrate.
Okay.
With a 23.
Oh my god, you actually almost got it.
No!
What you hear over the PA is useless, and then the 3 that are unconscious are summarily vaporized.
I like to think that
Alright.
one of these days she like accidentally fat fingered and like killed the person who was just standing next to her, and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I meant these guys."
Fat fingers here.
Triggers her own allegiance collar.
Ah, fuck.
Why would she be wearing
Wait,
one?
she has one?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So Gerd, as the guy disintegrates, just takes the collar and just smashes it on the ground.
Mm-hmm. You know that they don't sell for
very
much, so-
unhappy.
I understand. This is really crappy stuff.
We have to keep going. It's I'm good to keep going. Is everybody good to keep going? I'm actually
I think Mouse probably needs a breather.
Use a break. How?
Yeah. And Ninden's wounds catch up with him as well. He's like, ooh, yeah, why don't we just sit at this table here for about 10 minutes?
Herald will search the room.
Okay. You're able to find the gear that these people have. It's pretty much almost identical to the gear that you're able to get from the group upstairs. So.
Uh-huh.
We'll figure it out off screen.
Yeah.
Right, after the 10-minute rest, I guess we'll line up at the next door.
Does anybody want to do anything while we're here, or any role playing we want to do?
Gur's gonna, like, before the 10-minute rest, he's gonna act like he wants to go in there, but he kind of sways a little bit before he can actually get the door open, and he thinks twice and sits down to take his 10.
It's like the brain is ready, but the body protests. He needs to. It stops him, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Is everybody spending that RP and getting their stamina back?
Oh, you bet.
I have
You know, the 3 frontliners.
I have 1 RP left, folks.
Yeah, I know.
Oh boy.
Whew.
So let's just
I can stabilize at will. So
let's just hope I don't go down.
Well, I don't think
It's
Kellen
okay.
has... I think we've managed to prevent Kellen from having to use any of her healing spells so far.
Yeah.
but I've used other spells. I have 1 second level that I'm Mystic Cure that I'm saving in case of emergency. But I can
And-
stabilize all day. So
And also remember, guys, everybody has a med patch that can be used to stabilize with a medicine check.
Okay.
Stabilize, but not heal.
Stabilize, yes, but that's the important part, is stabilize.
that is
Yeah.
All right. So after the 10-minute rest, Ninden lurches to the door.
Yeah. This door, it has a giant, like, physical lock on it, but it is not currently closed. I mean, the door is closed, but it's not locked. The locking mechanism is not engaged. It appears that this is some sort of fortified location. You suspect that whoever is commanding this group probably resides in this next chamber.
All right,
Well,
let's head on
open
in.
the door.
Check for traps first.
Ooh.
I suppose so,
Percepting
yes.
for traps. No.
I percept,
28 to percept for traps.
and
You
I got an 11.
Yeah. You don't locate a trap. Doesn't appear to be trapped.
Tentatively opens the door.
Maybe I should disguise myself as her. Sorry, wrong voice.
Captain,
Maybe I should
I-
disguise myself as her.
I
Do you ever
think
drop the
she's
disguise?
almost expecting it.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'm still dressed as her. I'll just go back to Herald. Yeah, we'll go back to Herald.
As you
That's
open the door,
probably-
the ceiling collapses and you all die. No.
Oh, finally,
fall.
thank God.
Oh,
Sweet release.
Season over. No.
so
A
Ninden
camera.
takes a step in.
All right. as you enter this room, the soundtrack changes.
Gasp!
A sure sign of importance.
This massive chamber no longer serves whatever purpose it once meant to. Now, every wall here is lined with what appear to be hard copies of maps and photographs of different locations on the archipelago. Written in Ignan, the writings in Ignan link these maps and places, listing vague opportunities for mercenary work, or at least that's how it looks from the surface level. Something that surprises you is how broad these operations are. It looks as though there are plans to take up major jobs throughout the entire archipelago instead of in a limited neighborhood. To the east, you see a large collection of sturdy computers that don't seem to be of a familiar make. Something about their design reminds you of the computers that you saw on the Breath of Embers, so a little bit alien, perhaps from the Plane of Fire. It's clear to you now that this is some kind of command center for all of the Brass Dragon's operations. Anybody who enters the room, please provide me with a perception check.
Ninden hasn't made room for anyone yet.
Yeah.
He's just slowly slinking in, just like,
Fine, you all can come in too.
Thanks.
I got a 16 on my percept.
Mouse, you go in third.
Thank you, Captain.
Mouse gets an 11.
Gur got a 9.
All right. So yes, as I described before, you see the computers and all the writings on the wall. What you do not see, however, is Meiji herself crouched behind one of the computers, but she makes herself known as she pops up and throws a grenade right here.
That's
need
my stick.
reflex saves, everybody.
Oh, you gotta be
Everybody.
kidding me. I rolled an 11.
Oh, nosers. I actually have to look
Oh,
up what
21.
this condition does.
Okay, so Gur's gonna get to use his new ability because that was a horrible reflex save, but he's gonna dive for cover, guys.
He's going to go prone.
Yep, he falls prone in this square over here, getting to re-roll his reflex save.
It's funny because I almost took
For
jump on a
23.
grenade this level.
So that makes it. He dives out of the grenade blast.
Nice.
Okay. So
He's diving forward.
Gur has a reflex save of 23. Herald is 16. Kalen is 21. Mouse is 14. Ninden, however, only with an 11. So the kind of grenade that goes off is actually a cryo grenade. Let's see. Dealing 4 damage to Ninden, 2 damage to the rest of you. And Ninden, you are now staggered for 1 round.
Oh. Well, 1 round isn't the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but
It
yeah,
does
that's
suck.
That's a pretty bad status to have. That brings us immediately into combat. Now,
you have
just to
a-
kind of help explain what we're seeing here, you do see there is a security robot that is powered down here that Gur managed to jump and land right next to. And there is a Ifrit girl standing nervously over here. She appears to have computer gear on her person. You suspect that this might be Cheryl, the hacker that took the data from Cryogenerics. But you now see Meiji herself standing here before you, getting ready to fight now that she has hit you with that grenade. And,
Oh, she looks like a boss.
Yeah, she does.
She's
She
very
does.
bossy.
Honestly, I
artwork.
love the artwork. Yeah.
That's super good.
I don't see a collar on her though.
She has
Did
a
you say
collar.
that she had one?
Yes.
I
I don't know if the artist was informed of the Allegiance color necessarily. You know, I don't know. Who knows?
more importantly, what I don't see is an initiative for Mouse.
Oh,
yeah, Mouse needs
whoops.
to roll one still.
I thought no, I must have. Okay.
Got a
Seven.
heckin' 23.
Yeah, way to
Yeah.
go. Jeez.
Been saving it for when it counts, I guess.
Yeah, Gur, however, falling prone has gotten a 9 on his initiative. He'll be going last.
No, you missed that Mouse has a 7.
Oh, I did miss. Okay.
Yeah.
So second to last.
All right. Sorry, gonna add one last initiative here for the Robo, and then
Ro, no!
Robo. Yes. It is Kaylin's turn. I got it. Don't say anything. I'm on it. Sorry, Simon.
It's okay.
Kaylin, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Ah, crud. I'm gonna delay for the time being, actually.
Okay.
See what happens.
Lindem, you can take one standard or one move action.
Oh, I see. That's not nearly as bad as I thought it was. So Ninden just gets right up in her face,
Okay.
and that's my turn.
All right. Herald.
Harold will delay until right after the boss, because I anticipate that I'll need to do something.
Am I no longer staggered? I'm sorry.
Yeah, your stagger condition is off for next turn. I'll just go ahead and remove the token just so we understand that. All right. Oh, wait, actually, does stagger do anything while it's not your turn? Let me double check. I don't
No,
think
I don't
so.
think I
it
can
doesn't
take
affect
attacks
her.
of opportunity.
Yeah, you can't take reactions. So
But then my question would be on the timing of that. Would it be until the end of her turn, or like, because I took a turn, which generally resets some things, right?
yeah, we'll just say just for simplicity's sake, you're not
Yeah.
staggered anymore. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So you're gonna delay after the commander.
After
It
Meiji,
turns out that she is actually also going to delay. So would you like to take your turn?
No. I delay also.
Okay.
It's a delay off.
Yeah. She actually waits. So her protege here is going to take a step back, and you, Minden, watch as she reaches over and touches Meiji's weapon, which appears to be a yellow star solar brand.
Oh, God help me.
Oh, fun.
Did that look? No, that's a flame.
Huh?
Does that look like a spell of some sort?
It is indeed a spell. You recognize it, even though you're a mystic, Kaylin. You recognize that this individual is casting supercharge on the brand.
Oh, sure.
Oh. Oh.
I don't have entropy points yet.
Meiji is going to take a couple of swings.
Well, I think
at-
you're about to.
Oh, that is a 19 on the die for the first attack.
Oh, thank God. It was not a crit.
It wasn't a crit. That's true. It got very close to being a crit.
Small blessings, okay, man?
Yeah, very close to being a crit. Oh my goodness. It's not good though. It's got a supercharged sword coming to bear on you here. Let's see here.
While you're doing this rolling, I'd like to voice my disappointment at this juncture that I don't get to use fire weapons and plasma weapons. Honestly, my favorite weapon type in this game. 'Cause everything has fire resistance. Anyways, that's my bit.
This first attack that she opens up with deals 25 damage.
Holy
Goodness
cow.
gracious. Well, it's not the most damage I've taken in a single attack today, so...
It's true. It's true.
Mine's
Second
25. Whole bunch of entropy.
Second attack coming at you is going to be 21.
Do you want
against
to
your
cut that in
EAC.
half?
Yeah, that'll help. That'll hit, rather.
Okay.
No, not damage.
It definitely won't help.
No.
That's another 15 damage.
Alright, I'm cutting that in half with an entropy point.
Okay.
I have 2
And this is
points
electricity
remaining.
and fire damage. Just so you
Don't matter, I don't have I don't have those things, those resistances.
Okay. So we have
this-
Kaylin and Herald are both delaying.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my action right now.
Okay.
Herald will scoot across the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And sort of take cover behind this panel and say, "Oh, that the leader of the Brass Dragons. You've got this, Ninden. That was a hard hit, but you've got one. You can do that too, right?"
Right?
And that restores 11 stamina.
Ninden doesn't even respond. He just sort of like grunts and wobbles a little bit, but he appreciates it.
And Kaylin will go after Herald.
Okay.
Move up next to Gur, pulling my Thunderstrike Sonic pistol, and I'll point it at the boss and shoot her.
Do it.
Oh, I didn't update it on here. Hold on, let me fix. It's gonna say static arc pistol, but let's make this a D8. Hopefully it doesn't. If it crits, we'll have to deal with that. But 22 to hit
Yes.
for 7. This is actually sonic damage. It's not a static arc pistol anymore. It's a sonic pistol.
But that's what they use to shower. Let's see here. They use
She
Sonic.
gets clean.
They do.
Clean.
You clean her off.
Too clean.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You clean her skin off.
I was gonna say that's a little bit too much exfoliation there.
Yeah, the freshest layer of skin. Bones. Let's see.
God.
Oh no.
Yes. That does indeed hit her, and it does not appear that she resists the damage. Gur, you are currently on the ground next to a security robot that you recognize is now powering up.
Yeah, Gur's gonna go ahead and move action to stand up, and then just take another move down here, cause we ain't playing this game.
Let's see.
Move down.
Yeah, I'm looking to see where he's moving. It's probably in the delay
Right there.
on roll 20.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is. Sorry.
So,
Nice.
no, it's fine. So Gur weaves past the security robot, going between the computer consoles. He ends up heading directly south of Meiji Jaldo-san, flanking her. Also standing next to the spellcaster that made that first attack hurt so gosh darn much.
Indeed, yes. We're gonna get in here and kind of interfere with her nonsense. So that's my turn.
Okay. The security robot will power up, and it does a brief sweep, looking around the room, and its eyes settle on you, Kaylin. Let's see here.
Well, that can't be good.
That can't be right.
Actually, wait, let me look. Yeah, no, it can't do this. It can't do this easily. So it's just going to go ahead and try to shoot you with its integrated tactical arc emitter.
Rude.
Oh my god! I'm not even gonna.
Don't
do the
like
thing, just so
when
we
you
can post.
say that.
Just so we can post the meme. Hey, Kaylin,
What?
does a 28 hit your EAC?
What?
That's gonna be 5 electricity damage, and then it will
Alright.
move up next to you. It approaches from the
Rude.
south, standing next to Kaylin.
Okay.
Bringing us to Mouse. This room has erupted into chaos.
Well, first off, Mouse is going to take a standard action to activate Serendipity so that she will have her shield.
Okay.
And then she is going to move to here next to the robot.
Okay.
And
I don't know if the robot's our biggest threat right now.
well, I don't want it to, eat up all of your thing. And she's going to
I'm more worried about the wizard.
I mean, you don't honestly have to be because I'm threatening her right now.
She
so
can just step
Mouse
away.
wants to see if there's a way that she can disable this robot.
That's a good
of
question.
faster than trying to shoot it, for instance. Would you like an engineering check?
I don't know if that's a feature of this robot.
Yeah, usually it takes can't just hack security robots from adjacent.
You are thinking of overload, and that is not until level 6,
I do have
7?
overload, actually, but it can't. Let's see. It doesn't affect androids, cybernetics, drones, powered armor, robots, or creatures. Yet.
Okay. Yeah, in
Yeah.
that case, yeah, it does not affect this robot currently. There is no way to disable this robot. Yeah.
It'd be a
Yeah.
pretty crappy security robot if somebody
It-
could just hack into it.
You see a button on the back and you push it and it turns off. No, yeah, you're not aware of a way to just power it off without some extensive hacking methods, unfortunately.
Okay. Then she's gonna hack at it in,
With a sword?
conventional ways. Yeah.
Okay.
But
If I
she's gonna
can-
do that this round.
Yeah. So you have your shield on. You took out your sword and approached the robot.
Yes.
Okay. So that will bring us back to Ninden.
All right,
Maybe-
Ninden just
when
hated
you
that.
were when you're ready to gather yourself to attack, you see Meiji looking at you, incensed. But she seems to be very confident that she can end your life right
Oh, the feeling is mutual.
now.
So, Ninden is going to entropic punch twice. 'cause
You sure
he
you
has
don't?
flame.
You sure you don't want to get the wizard?
I'm absolutely positive, and I'll tell you why.
Okay,
Because if
okay.
she guarded steps up here, my friend, she is going to not be able to cast without taking an attack of opportunity. If she steps back, she's not going to be able to do as much as supercharging the boss.
Yeah.
All right.
She's
And
in a
that's-
position where she won't be able to reach the boss and do those sorts of
Yep.
bullshit moves.
But I get an 11 and a 7, so
Oh.
throw my turn in the trash. That's
no.
my turn.
Oh,
Oh, that's
no.
demoralizing.
Yeah, that actually probably is extremely demoralizing to Ninden.
Yeah.
Not able to land an attack on his ridiculously overpowered aggressor. So, yes, indeed, the spellcaster, recognizing that combat has now gotten up to her, it doesn't look like she really particularly enjoys fighting, so she's gonna back off. And she's actually going to take out a electrocellular plasma claw and attempt to shoot you, Gur. No. That is going to be a 11 against the AC, which I'm going to assume is a big no.
It actually misses.
Weird. I missed an attack against Gur, you guys.
I
Something's
don't
wrong.
believe it. Glitch in the
What?
Matrix.
Something's wrong. All right, brings us back to Meiji. Turns out Meiji, she got stuff. Like, she's got the sword, right? And she likes it. She has other things she can do. Let's see here.
I don't
Oh.
like that.
She actually, what she does is she kind of turns, holding her brand in her primary hand, her right hand, and she extends her left hand, shooting a gout of flame in a cone out in front of her towards Herald and Linden. This is her once daily overheat ability. I would like a reflex save, please.
I'll say, Ninden,
Aha!
watch your step for a +2 to reflex.
Ah,
Nice.
well, thank you. So that's an 18 then.
Indeed.
Harald also watches his step for 25.
Ooh. Nice work, you guys.
Impressive.
Almost maximum damage on the attack, but that is halved, which brings it down to 7 fire damage to each of you as she shoots a gout of flame in your direction. Which will bring us back to Herald. Oh wait, I'm sorry. That was just a standard action. In order to make this whole flanking situation stop happening, she's going to shift over to the east.
What a jerk.
Yeah, she's kind of a jerk.
Harald, with her now no longer blocked by his friends, will shoot at her with a static pistol.
Do it. I
Maybe
dare
it'll
you.
work. Stranger things have happened.
Do it.
It does not.
Do it. Oh no.
9.
After ducking behind the console to avoid the fire damage, you see Herald's like noodly tentacle arm go up over the edge
Oh.
of the console and just kind of take a blind shot at her
Yes.
direction.
Gears of War style.
Yeah. Waist-high walls. Which will bring us over to Kaylin.
Kaylin will move over by Herald, and yes, the robot can have an attack of opportunity if it likes.
Are you not even going to try an acrobatic check?
No,
All right.
that's not how I roll, my friend.
That is not our way.
Also, I could do it. I could still get there. Nope, I couldn't get there anyway if I tumbled because I'd have to move half speed.
Kaylin kind of reminds me of like a classic Valley girl who doesn't really give that much of a damn about things. You know what I mean? She's like, fine,
Yeah.
you can attack me, I guess. I don't care.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I've had worse.
Go ahead and try.
Well, I think it succeeds. That is going to be 22 against KAC. So.
Well, that will just barely succeed.
Just barely? Oh, you have mobility.
Mobility, yeah.
Well, it rolled max damage also, so Kaylin actually gets walloped by a 13.
Oh no!
As this
Ow!
Oh no.
security robot just swings around and smacks her.
Okay. Well, and then so she'll take that out of the way across the room, but then she has a clear shot at the boss, so she's gonna try and shoot the boss. With a crit!
Oh! Whoa!
That's 13 damage and
Nice.
deafen.
Oh, what does deafen do?
Hex yeah.
What's the DC on weapon crits? I always forget.
I don't think there's a save.
I don't think you get a save against it. I think it just happens to
There
you.
there are DCs. Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Okay, gotcha. I'm looking up what deafened does. Let's see.
I've got deafened. Yeah, it's usually a fortitude throw for deafened. That's
It's probably half the
1d4
weapon
minutes.
level plus your.
It doesn't really matter all that much though, because it's only -4 against 2 initiative checks, which we've already rolled, and opposed perception checks. So.
Oh, okay. Well.
It definitely look. You get the satisfaction of deafening the commander of the brass dragons.
Yeah, now we can yell lewd things at her, and she won't be able to respond.
Yeah, not like anybody else is listening to this game.
So let's see. We got. There we go. There's your sonic weapon.
It says fortitude saving throw or be deafened. I'm not seeing where it says what the how to. Oh, hold on.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Deafened isn't worth it.
Don't worry about it.
Move on.
She gets deafened, and she takes 13 damage.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, for next time, it's 10 plus half weapons item level plus one of your ability modifier.
Got it. Cool. We're just doing it for flavor. You guys see Kaylin land a really solid hit, and you can see kind of like a gout of some sort of liquid shoot out of Meiji's ears. You think the liquid is supposed to stay inside of the ears, so this is probably not an ideal arrangement for her.
Gur points and says, "That's inside liquid."
Gur, it is your turn.
He's gonna 5-foot guarded shifting step up here, and he's gonna punch the mage.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how we roll here.
Jeez.
Oh boy, with a 10 to hit.
We are rolling like garbage.
Despite the fact that she is not really a combatant, she still manages to get away from the giant orc, just stepping right out of your reach right before the attack connects. Which will bring us to security robot, which after smacking Kaylin kind of
robot.
whirls around to look at Mouse, and it holds up both of its arms and attempts to take a couple punches at you.
Ah!
12 against KAC, which I don't think is going to hit. Oh, no.
Nope.
And then there's a crit following that immediately.
Man. Oh no!
Poor Mouse. No, stop it! Stop! All right. That is going to be 15 damage to Mouse, which I think is 8 of that is absorbed by her force field, right?
Yeah.
So she takes 7 stamina damage after her shield shatters from a big robo punch.
All right.
No additional effects, though. It just hurts.
Yeah.
Mouse, it is your turn. Would you like to
Okay.
respond to that? Are you going to take that?
I'm not gonna take that sitting down. I mean, I'm standing. It's really kind of technical.
But anyhow, she's gonna designate target. Target. Oh yeah. Okay, so she gets punched,
Uh-huh.
and Mouse kind of turns her head, and you can hear Serendipity say, "Target designated," and then she
Without
leaps
being
at him
commanded.
with her sword.
I love it.
For 21,
Oh, yeah. No, you get it.
and that's 9 damage.
Indeed. Yeah. So your sword kind of goes in between a couple of joints and manages to cut into some wires, and you can see that its arm, the one that hit you specifically, doesn't seem to be working quite as well as it's supposed to. It could probably still hit you. It has no mechanical benefit, but you slash it all the same.
Yeah.
Which will bring us back to Ninden. This turn order is bonkers, you guys.
Yeah. Nenden is going to also, shifting 5-foot guarded step, with the boss and take a single punch for a 25 to hit for max damage of
Woo!
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Yeah, that'll definitely do it.
And he
You don't
says,
know.
"Stop squirming away."
Through some sort of combination of her equilibrium being shattered and Ninden's prowess in combat, you do manage to hit this leader square in the jaw, and it definitely sends her world spinning from the connection. Which will bring us
Good.
to the spellcaster, who just keeps retreating. It looks like she's panicking. She will actually...
Good.
Yeah. I
Gerd
didn't
just kind of
think I
gives her
would-
a toothy smile.
I didn't think I would see an opportunity to let's see, to use this. Okay.
Oh no.
It's not that big of a deal. You see that she actually reaches into what appears to be a component pouch of some variety and pulls out what looks like lard, and then she throws it on the ground right behind you, Gur, which
Okay.
initially doesn't seem like a big deal until all of a sudden the ground all around you, starting here, gets greasy.
Slippery
Oh,
grease.
for crying out loud.
Can you make a reflex save, please?
I can.
Did
Thrall,
that...
Thrall, do the
Oh,
thing.
yeah, do the thing. I'm just trying to remember whether I've used it this round, and I guess not. That was on her
I don't
last
think
turn.
you have.
So I say, watch your oh, no, you have to wait until I decide before you roll.
We were talking about you using it.
Yeah, I used
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You actually, the 16 is just enough to
Fantastic.
avoid falling. This gout of greasy liquid shoots under your feet, and you can feel yourself wobble for just a moment. But because Herald warned you that it was happening, you were ready for it, and you do not slip and fall.
Thanks, Herald. You got my back.
Thanks, Dad.
Thrall gives you like 3 thumbs up.
That's one too many thumbs.
Oh, sorry.
Almost
Where
had
did
it.
it come from? I don't want to know.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Workshop it.
We need more dad jokes in honor of Father's Day from Herald.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's Happy Father's Day, everybody. Dad joke central. Don't worry. So Meiji is going to make 2 attacks as a part of a full attack. First attack versus Ninden, second versus her. The first attack is, let's see here. Yeah, that's 24 against EAC. I'm just going to go ahead and roll the damage on Ninden.
Please do.
That'll be 15 energy, electric and fire damage.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a fair amount of damage. I'm going to spend another entropy point to as a reaction to have that. So that's just 7 points of damage.
7. Okay, gotcha. But does that bring you into hit point damage either way? No, it doesn't. Okay.
No, just barely.
Just barely. And she whirls around to try to hit Gur, and it could be because she doesn't have the sense of hearing right now. She actually misses.
I don't believe it.
I know. The boss didn't hit you, Gur. Which brings us to Herald.
Herald turns around to Kaelin and says, Kaelin, you got hit. That doesn't usually happen. I'm sorry. And this inspires her to restore 11 stamina.
Oh, I bet, like,
thank you.
I bet he has like really sorrowful puppy dog eyes.
So
He says, "I'm
sorrowful.
sorry."
My whole face just turns into a sad puppy's face.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh my god. It's sickly cute.
It would be cute if it wasn't so horrifying. It brings us back to Kaelin's turn. Unless does Herald do something with his move
Oh
action
yeah,
to
I was
slide some sort of
actually
way?
thinking of moving here to prevent the boss from moving again. Very
Oh.
brave, I know.
Wow.
Oh my.
Yeah, we'll count that as a difficult terrain to slip in there, but you still have the movement speed to do it. Yeah, so Herald actually slides between the computer components and gets to the east of Meiji, trying to stop her from retreating farther towards the wall. This does, however, put him next to the spellcaster.
What are you doing, Captain? What are you doing up here?
I'm hemming in the boss. We've got her
Kaelin
on the
will-
ropes.
Will full round attack the boss with her pistol.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 14 and a 10.
Unfortunately, that is not enough to hit Commander
Yeah.
Meiji Jalu-san.
If I'm
Gotta
not
figure
granting cover, it's a +1, but I still doubt that would hit.
No.
Okay,
Turns
yeah.
out she has really good AC. This is your sonic weapon, right?
What? Yeah, it is.
So, 2 more Minority Report thumps later, and unfortunately Meiji is not affected by them. Gur, your turn.
Gur is going to go ahead and throw a fist, but then he's going to go for a bite too, because this woman is very frustrating.
Oh yeah.
So full attack, but I'm rolling them separately, so subtract 4 from each of these. The
Okey-doke.
punch is a 22, so that's an 18. +2 though, actually, so it's only -2s.
Ooh.
I forgot about flanking. So he
Roll.
goes for the punch, and then he goes in for the bite. Oh, that's only a 9.
Okay.
But 16 punching damage.
God, let me see here. Actually, a hit on that first one. So you managed to whack Meiji, and the reaction she has to it makes her bend in such a way that your follow-up bite doesn't quite connect, unfortunately.
Right.
But that's okay. You punched her, the lady who's been killing all the people you've been trying to not kill. That has to be satisfying on some level.
It certainly
Which one?
is.
Bring it back to the security robot, who is continuing to try to lay into Mouse here, effectively
Yeah, I feel like
removing her
the
from
the
fight.
little tech corner over here.
Yeah, the mechanic fighting the robot. Let's see here. First attack is gonna be that's 18 versus KAC, which I imagine is probably a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing 10 bludgeoning damage as it gives Mouse a whack.
Oh,
And the next one is a miss. So it's that injured arm, you know, the one that you cut into. It screws up, doesn't manage to. It swings weird. And now it's your turn to respond.
riposte. By which I mean just attack. She doesn't really
Right.
have any more finesse than that, but still.
Yeah.
She's gonna full attack.
Do it.
Yeah.
Get those crits, come on.
A 7 and a 15.
Is that against KAC?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It does not quite hit the security robot. There's an intense fight happening over to the west, you guys. Do you see this fight that's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Mouse's mind, this is the fight.
We're just
Like,
letting her
we're all-
1v1 the robot.
I love this. It's like the whole party is over on the east fighting like the boss and her
Yeah.
her compatriot, and the mouse is just over here fighting a robot.
Harald is in melee for God's sake, and then there's Mouse, sword fighting a robot.
Yeah.
Hang in there, Mouse. We'll get over there. And Ninden is going to punch once
One punch, man.
for an 18
Oh.
versus EAC.
Ooh. EAC.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Just a hit.
Yes.
All right.
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Gurden doing the punch buddy combo.
We're just
Yeah. It now appears that Commander Meiji Jiao-san is bloodied. She was actually bloodied by the last attack, and I failed to notice it. It looks
That's
like you
fine,
are
so did
having
we.
an effect.
Good. Ninden does, as a move action, he grins widely at her, and that's his move action. And that's my turn.
a whole move action to grin.
Yeah, that's how much of a grin that was.
just like teeth everywhere.
Yeah.
This caster near Herald, pressed up against the eastern display screen here, is going to try to snake behind him while pulling out a Red Star Plasma Lash. And she is going to try to smack him with it. Try to lash him with it. Oh, I super doubt that. I guess 12 versus your EAC, Herald.
Misses.
Big no on that one.
I form
Like I
into a
said,
V shape, and it goes right through.
She is not a combatant. But Meiji, now that you have brought yourself up next to her, she notices you, Herald, and you can see a particular glimmer of malice enter her already fiery eyes. And she goes, "You," and she tries to cut you down,
Ninden uses his reaction for bodyguard.
which gives a bonus to AC.
Yes, +2.
All right.
I'll need it.
We'll see how that does.
It's not gonna help. It's not gonna help, but
Does 22 hit your EAC with the +2 bonus? Okay. Second attack is 23. So
Also hits.
okay.
Useless feat.
It's not
Great
useless.
for flavor.
This
No,
is
it's
just-
really not. It saved a lot. But
It's super good. So suddenly, Herald, you find yourself cut open by this plasma sword as it lances through you with 15 and then 14 damage, electricity and fire.
Ninden is going to take half of each of those attacks with his Vanguard ability, Interfere, which allows him to basically. I don't need to spend a reaction since I already spent the reaction on Bodyguard. It's in the language.
Okay.
Nice.
So
So you get
I'll
to do
take-
it for both attacks?
It says, let me double check. Interfere. No, intervene, sorry. As a reaction when an adjacent ally is damaged by an attack, blah, blah, blah. If you have the bodyguard feat and you take a reaction to apply it to an adjacent ally who is then hit by the attack, you can activate intervene for that attack without taking an additional action.
Okay.
So,
But you still need two reactions to get both attacks. You used one for bodyguard and also to take half of the first attack. But unless you use your daily
Then-
ability, you can't take the second one.
no, you can still only...
The wording is so weird there.
well, no, it's actually pretty clear because Bodyguard says, as a reaction when an adjacent ally is attacked, you can grant that ally a +2 circumstance bonus to its AC against that attack.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the
Okay.
first attack.
Yeah, so by attack, not
that's-
by
The
action.
first attack was the 15 damage, so
Okay, sorry for slowing this down. I
That's
will
fine.
take the 8.
I'll take the 7, plus the 14 is 21.
all right.
Yeah.
Still pretty bad.
I've had
We're
worse.
both into HP damage. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Ninden leaps in the way and only sort of partially manages to get a lash across his arm.
All right. That will bring us to roll.
1 second, roll 20 is being a little slow. Yes, well, no need to take it all so personally. Can't restore my own stamina or Ninden's. I can take a step back to here, and then.
Have you restored Mouse yet?
I have not, but she's out of range, tragically. So I'll take a step back, and is it worth taking a shot, or Yeah, I'll take a shot at the boss from here that might provoke from the wizard, who seems like she's bad at hitting things.
Oh, she's pretty bad at it.
Well, I'm pretty bad at defending, so
She
let's
can
see who's
still
worse.
roll a crit.
That's a 13 against the AC as the Technomancer attempts to whack you with a lash.
Nice dodge.
All right. Take your shot.
21 to
Take
hit.
yes!
It's
Oh my
electric.
God.
Take the shot.
It's
electric. Dun, dun, dun,
Electric.
dun.
Indeed, that does hit the boss. Meiji does take a shot from Herald. Don't take it personal. Shoots her. All right, that will bring it to Kaylin.
Oh, I'm gonna. You know what? I will move in a little bit, and then I will use my standard to provide harrying fire on the boss. So I'll
Okay.
make an attack with my pistol. And 20 is enough. Oh, I should have just done the damage, but that's a +2 for the
So you're
the next
using
person who tries to
pistol.
hit.
You're using pistol to do harrying fire. Okay,
Mhm.
got it. Yeah, that
Well, I
that
wasn't having
actually-
any luck hitting the boss.
That would have hit. Oh,
It
no.
would have.
Oh well.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Gur gets a +2 when he goes to smack her, and he does more damage than me, so I don't feel
Sure,
too bad.
She's still reeling from that attack, and she's whipping around trying to make sure that she can avoid any follow-ups. This puts her in a vulnerable position when she dodges your sonic attack. And Gur, you believe that you'll be able to take advantage of this off-balance position she's currently in.
Marvelous. He is going to go ahead and I still have flanking as well, don't I?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
so if you full attack, you'll get a +0.
Yep.
You know, net. Yeah.
So here comes the first attack.
Oh.
Here comes the second attack.
Yes!
The second one is at a
Yes!
Oh, no.
Nice. Nice.
So he
Go
just
down!
he just bites her right on the shoulder and comes around with the other one and punches her right in the gut.
Okay. And I know this isn't standard because of turn order and stuff, but that'll actually reduce her to a certain point in her hit point level. You can tell from your first attack that she's wobbling, like she's not doing great. And then when you bite into her, something happens in her brain, and she reaches up. You bit into her neck zone, right?
Yeah, like where the shoulder meets the neck.
Okay. She reaches up and grabs your neck
Ooh.
and holds your head there, and you hear her growl beneath her breath for General Kime, and then you see her necklace start to glow.
Oh no!
I need a reflex save from everybody but Mouse.
Oh
Fighting
no!
the real battle.
I call shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
I'll give a +2 to, Ninden, because he's in hit points. Yeah.
I got a 7.
11 here. Oh, that sucks.
Somehow, despite being literally attached to it, when this collar explodes, Gura does manage to avoid most of the damage.
He
It's
sees
only
what's happening and kicks away from her at the last second.
yeah. Her collar goes off and it explodes in a brutal, messy fashion, dealing 10 damage to anybody who did not hit this team. So, Herald and Kaylin, you take 10 damage, and Ninden and Gur, you take 5. And
Alright.
actually, since it's fire damage, you take nothing, Gur.
Oh my god.
And I only take 5.
Marvelous.
Oh, there you go, because it's fire.
I took 10.
And I assume she's like dead.
Oh, she's pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
She's bloody pieces on the ground.
Oh, did it
right
get
now.
her apprentice too?
Oh yeah, yeah, it did. And she kind of yelps out. At which point she goes, "Please don't, please don't. She's making me do it."
But are you wearing a collar? Doesn't that mean that?
She isn't.
Oh, well, yeah. Just drop your weapon, and I think we'll be fine.
She does, in fact, drop her
Can you-
weapon, and then she hugs her tablet to her.
Oh, can you turn off that robot?
She looks over at the security robot that Mouse is fighting, and she like looks. It's really epic. There's an epic gnome and robot fight happening over here, and she actually, she's able to reach down to her tablet and turn off the robot.
Mouse declares victory.
It kind of does the. You guys remember Lost in Space? It kind of does like the thing where it like turns up. Well, no, it's like the super battle droids where it, like its arms like kind of like fold up and then it stands at attention, but stops moving. And we are out of combat. You're in a quiet, now extremely bloody command center with the person who used to command the brass dragons laying in a bloody pulp at your feet.
Well, that was a good fight. Is everybody okay?
No, but we'll handle that later. Excuse me, young lady. What was your name again?
She doesn't seem very comfortable being this close to you, but she goes, "My name's Cheryl."
I'll take
While
her
you're
step
doing-
away.
While you're doing that, Gur is going to silently just come up and start giving you medical attention there, Herald.
Yeah, Herald got really pronked up with that one.
It's a 24 with my advanced med kit.
Ooh, nice. Which I believe hits the DC, right?
I think
Pretty
for
positive.
advanced it's 20.
No. But yeah, she introduces herself as Cheryl, which you recognize to be the name that Big Tola said was the name of the person who picked up the data that was stolen from the DCI.
So why, what exactly were you people working towards here? Who's General Kai? What were you doing with this data?
Minx. Minxie is the name of my cat. The voice which I give to my cat is very similar to Mouse's. Mouse sits down, like just kind of like walks past and sits herself down at the main console. Start tippity tap away. Would you like a computer's check or something?
I was just going to talk to the person who did it, but...
People are unreliable.
No,
Yes, but
she. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and if you want to try and speak to her, you'll probably need to improve her attitude towards you via a diplomacy or an intimidation check, whichever you would like to try.
Herald's super friendly.
Yeah, I don't see him being going the intimidation route.
Get 28 diplomacy.
Oh yeah.
Look, we see no reason. If you are being compelled to work for this group, we see no reason to persecute you. We're not even with the law. We just want to know what you are trying to do and try to undo the damage you've done.
She just she looks overwhelmed by this whole thing, as if she has stepped into something that's way bigger than she ever intended to be involved with. And she just holds up her hand. She goes, "Look, I don't know what she's on about. I knew she was doing something. I was just looking for mercenary work. I stole the data. I helped them. I helped enable the Bloodshots to steal the data. That's all my involvement. I can get it back to you. Just please let me live. I just want to go home."
Who did the data get sent to?
"It's here." And she holds out her tablet.
Oh. Do you know who this general is that Meiji mentioned?
"I have no idea who he is."
I'll put in the obligatory sense motive. Is it 26?
Nice.
Anything that she's hiding?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna roll. You can tell she's telling the truth. Her involvement was merely she was an Ifrit. They're the Brass Dragons. They're a known Ifrit centric mercenary group here in Corona. and they pay well. So it seems like that is purely what her motivation is.
Why did everyone else here have these destructive collars and you managed to avoid them?
They were the ones here, the ones that wear the collars. She gestures over to one of the computer screens in the command center here, and you can actually see like where Meiji was monitoring. Like these collars are apparently reporting vital statistics at all times, so she can see what condition each of these soldiers are in. And there is a astonishingly easy button to push to let the colors go off whenever she desires to, if you open up the proper menu for it. But she
Terrifying.
explains these are like her inner circle. Like these are her loyal soldiers, I guess, but they're just a mercenary unit. I never understood why these people would put so much on the line.
And none of the others ever talked about this general or any larger cause?
She didn't even talk about it. I have never heard that name before just now.
Very secretive. Actually, could you help me unlock find out any operatives who are still alive?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
was
just the
gonna say,
steam method?
You do see that there are still some brass dragons on the readout that are alive, and if you pull up their profiles, you see that they're actually out on assignment on different disruptive activities throughout the city.
how many?
Well, I have some ideas.
Number forthcoming. I'm not sure as a GM how many.
Well,
there are.
while you're looking, or even if you don't want to, Gur gives a long contemplation about what would happen if we just deactivated all those collars.
Gur,
And by
I think that's
deactivate, I mean deactivate the people wearing them.
Gur, I think that's a waste of resources.
She says, Cheryl chimes in. She says, anytime any of these people stepped out of line, they got the treatment. I've only seen it a couple times, but this woman was insane. I was going to quit right after this job. I don't want to be involved with this anymore.
That's fine. We don't want you to be involved either. But I think, and Geraldo will turn back into Meiji, I'd like to be involved for a little bit longer.
She shudders.
Oh boy.
And I'll, over the intercoms, I guess I'll try to figure out, like, if there's any documentation in the computers that shows what missions they're on, I'll read through that and, try to cancel these missions in the voice of Meiji and tell them all to report back to headquarters.
Okay.
But we can resolve that later.
Yeah, that'll happen in another episode. They're all out on assignment, so it'll take some time.
Yep.
So she unlocks her tablet and she goes, look, all the information's in there. Anything you want, you can just have it. Can I go?
Kaylin, do you think that she'll get in our hair again?
Seems unlikely.
If you want to do another. Oh, is that a sense motive specifically to see if she intends
I mean,
to
it was a sense
continue to be
motive
involved?
before.
Right.
She
Yeah.
seems to be truthful with
She
us.
seems really genuine. Like this whole thing, like the only reason she was fighting alongside Meiji is because she was afraid of what Meiji would do if she didn't fight. And once she went down, her attitude completely changed.
That's kind of what I figured.
Ninden, did you have something you wanted to say?
Oh, I was just going to say the usual, don't leave town kind of thing that you see in Holovids a lot.
Oh, yes.
We may have more questions, etc., etc.
Yes, we'll give you our number and you give us yours, and if we don't have any more questions in the next week or so, you should probably just get out of this whole star.
I was planning it anyway. Whatever they're doing, they were causing trouble all over the archipelago. I don't know what their aims are.
Yes, we ran into
If
a bit of it.
If any of these brass dragons reach out to you, let us know.
I doubt it, but I'll let you know as soon as I hear from them. And she'll exchange contact information with you.
All right, I'm satisfied.
Same.
We can free the steam method right now. He seemed like an okay chap.
Yeah, you actually do see an entry for some people that are like kind of indentured servants, not brass dragons that appear to have collars on them, and you can release these collars if you'd like to.
Oh, we
Yes.
do.
Oh yeah.
All right. So this, I'm going to assume that Mouse is going to pour over the data in this tablet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You find, let's see. Sorry, give me just a moment. I have to check something real super quick.
Quick.
Response?
Everyone chat about your
Response?
weekend.
Okay. No. When you look into this tablet, you see that the entirety of the lost DCI data is stored within the module. And on top of that, some data has been cross-referenced and corroborated with scouting reports from an unnamed source labeling several anomalies that might be structures or solar phenomena previously unknown to the DCI. So you not only do you recover the DCI data, you actually find additional data that was stored inside of the tablet.
That's a spicy meatball.
It suggests some power with extensive forces and in league with Jalasan's mercenaries is actively scouting within the sun. The related communication logs have been mostly wiped, but the most recent, a broadcast to an unidentified starship soon after the museum heist, remains. This message from Jalasan reads, DCI data secured. Comparison to our sources indicates operational merit. Secondary information on this module includes more details on Jalasan's actions, such as the trouble in Asana Town and her collaboration with the Bloodshots. These files are quite forthright. They contain plans to radicalize lone Lashunta malcontents and blame them for orchestrated attacks in various areas of the burning archipelago. The Thakwas were meant to be employed to penetrate secure locations and plant explosives to trigger additional unrest. And Jalasan also suspects that Drosk is a minder, reporting back to their mutual employer on her actions, although she calls the Azur a slave. You recognize that the person she's talking to is the person that you fought in the supply room. The files also contain communication logs from Drosk to an unidentified receiver, but no actual messages. So with this data recovered, I know that the episode went just a little bit over, so we should probably wrap it up here, and we can just kind of pick up what little remains of Book 2 next week. But I would like to say it because I've never been able to say it on the show at the end of the episode like I would like to. Everybody, welcome to level 5.
Woo!
Ooh, oh, that's a big level.
Oh boy.
And
Oh,
congratulations on completing the majority of Book 2. We'll be starting Book 3 next week, as long as we have an episode.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you very much for running, Seth.
Yeah, so I'll let everybody run off and celebrate Father's Day with their various father units, and I will be happy to do this again for you next week, if you want.
We do.
We do. Yes. Yes, please.
Nah, I guess.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. I hope you had a wonderful time, and we'll see you next time.